Hello Wargamers and welcome to our special episode here today. We didn't lie. During the 24-hour live stream, James and I had some ambitious plans to do a two-part linked game, Battlefleet Gothic, right into a late 4th edition Planetstrike mission. We took a little long on the Battlefleet Gothic game, and we didn't quite have time to do the 40k game, which is the one we were mostly excited to do. Luckily, 24 hours later, we have today. We have the time to do it today. It's going to be effectively 2,000-ish points of Orkz against the Imperial Guard in a Planetstrike mission. The era is late 4th edition, and we're using both of our late 4th edition books because that's kind of when Planetstrike came out. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at our lists and get right to the action.
We play and call it work.
I will be taking control of the Imperial Guard in today's game, and we're going all the way back to 2008. This glorious Guard Codex release, probably one of my favorites of theirs, introduced orders as a lot of you understand how they work. Essentially, you have a hierarchy of officers, you work your way down, you issue orders, you resolve the order, and you keep moving on in the shooting phase. One of the Guard's very unique to them mechanics. Now, every time I play Imperial Guard, I like to try and throw in some other Imperial assets where I can. So I have a small allied detachment of Space Wolves helping us out here, because that just kind of ties into the Battlefleet Gothic game that we played, where I had a fleet of Space Wolves and Imperial Navy defending the void around Turbidious 3, I believe the name of this planet is here today. Now, without further ado, let's take an actual look at my list. I have a platoon commander leading the entire thing, and I'm going to go over the finer details of their war gear when it comes up in the game. I realize that takes up a lot of time to describe all of the little mundane upgrades you typically add to your characters that gives them the character of 4th edition. Now, with his squad, he is going to have a regimental standard. We are going to bring a medic for it, a couple of plasma gun veterans, and a Voxcaster as well, because I want his orders to be heard. Our second HQ choice is going to be a Lord Commissar with pretty much just a refractor field, power sword, and plasma pistol. Really like or bolt pistol, I think. Really like these models, and I love the idea of commissars in general, so wanted to go with them. We're just going to go with Acadian Regiment as well, I should note. Now, troop choices. I got a question for you guys. Have any of you ever actually filled out a full Imperial Guard force organization? All the troop choices are all maxed out. How many points would that be? That'd be insane, because you can probably fit about 600 to 700 points in each troop choice slot. Hard to say those words. With Guard, you don't take an infantry squad for a troop. You have to take an entire platoon. So we have 2 platoons in our troop choices. We have a platoon commander with his little retinue of guys. Generally, they're going to be Voxcaster, medic, no platoon standards, just a bunch of special weapons where I can fit them. And then the infantry squads are going to have a variety of autocannons and missile launchers with flamers as a special weapon, and they're all going to be equipped with Voxcasters. And then your sergeants are just typical sergeants. No veterans in today's game. I wanted to keep my list mostly like junior officers and green Acadian soldiers, and we'll see how that plays out. I don't think I have a single veteran in my list, other than the platoon commander and his squad are forced to be veterans. But I mean, it is what it is. And then that's about 600 points of troops in my true troop slots. You could add in heavy weapon teams, you could add in sentinels to join them, you could just add a lot of infantry squads if you want to. They really kind of expand fast and eat up a lot of your points, but it's very cool. Probably my favorite thing about this codex in general. Now, for fast attack choices, I went with 2 squads of armored sentinels. I believe armored sentinels had just come out in this codex. So they don't have scout, they don't have open topped, they have more armor, and that's about it. Literally just a more armored sentinel. One squadron of 3 is going to have heavy flamers. The other squadron of 3 will have las cannons. Heavy support stuff for the Guard. I'm running a single Lehman Russ battle tank, just your standard triple heavy bolter on the hull, sponsons, and we got a battle cannon on the turret. Now, they did get upgraded in this codex that if they only move combat speed, they can actually shoot the heavy bolters in addition to the ordnance turret on the top. So that's a nice buff for the Lehman Russ battle tank in this edition. We have a random mortar team in our heavy support slot. That could have been part of one of the troop choices, but it didn't really matter where it went. I just can't even imagine filling out an entire Guard force organization. It's just impossible to do, especially at 1,500 points. We're playing 2,000 points today. And then let's take a quick look at my Space Wolf allied detachment. I have a Wolf Lord, a young Crom, leading them into battle today with a Frost Axe, and I think he's got the Belt of Rust as well for a nice 4-up invulnerable save. And then with him, we have a couple of Grey Hunters, 6 strong. There is a power weapon on the pack leader, and we have a unit of 5 Blood Claws as well. No Wolf Guard to lead them, so they're going to be a little headstrong in today's game.
All right, hi guys, I'm James. I'm playing the Orkz in this game. It's my first time playing 4th edition, and it's not my first time playing Orkz, but first time in 4th edition, so we'll see how it goes. I've got 2,200 points because of the results in the Battlefleet Gothic game. I get a little bit of extra reinforcements. So I have a war boss. He's got a power claw, cyborg body, and some guns. He's my war boss. I am using some of my models and some of Steve's models. In my troops, I got 3 squads of boyz. 1 squad of boyz is full 20 with choppers and sluggers. They get ready to just get close and do some damage. I do have a squad of 20 boyz that are with shooters, so they're gonna be my ranged, and then another squad of 10 with choppers and sluggers. I do have some Gretchen with me today. They're gonna be great for taking shots so my boys don't. On top of the Gretchen and the boyz, we've got some storm boyz. I do love my jetpacks in all of my armies, so I'm always gonna bring storm boyz with me. I have war bikers, so I've got 3 war bikers, 1 knob with a big chopper. In my elite slots, I've got a squad of 5 burner boys with a mech. I've also got 5 looters with a mech. And I've got a squad of 5 knobs with a pain boy hanging around with them. I do have a looted wagon, which in this case is going to be a chimera that my orcs have taken and repurposed for their own. So I'm running war buggies as well in my list. We're going to be using my Rocket Truck Squid buggy in this case. I have a second war boss. This is a war boss in mega armor, and one of the things that war bosses can do in this edition is they can bring knobs or mega knobs as a troop choice. So he is bringing a big squad of mega knobs with him, and they are all riding in a battle wagon together. And then to round it out, I have a squad of 5 killa cans and a set of 2 big guns. They're zap guns. If people aren't aware, we'll also talk about it in the game, I'm sure, but it's got a random strength characteristic. So you gotta pick your target first, but then you can roll to see if you do anything with it. And that's the list.
Now for our first Planetstrike mission, we're gonna keep it simple and play the first one. This is going to have a couple of rules that are different from what you might be used to. First of all, the Imperial Guard are the defenders. They can deploy their entire army anywhere they want on the battlefield, and they can choose to hold some of their elements in a reserve, but they do not get to control which battlefield they show up from, as they usually are coming from other battlefields nearby to reinforce this one. I don't know if I'll put anything in reserve. I might. We'll consider it later. Whereas James's orcs all must be in reserve. Anything that's not a vehicle or a biker has to be dropped in from large orc landers in a nearby drop zone a couple of kilometers away. And they're going to be coming in from one of the board edges that James is going to determine, and you'll know in a moment. And then everything else is capable of deep striking if it's infantry or jump infantry or monstrous creatures. Now in this case there's no monstrous creatures, but James has quite a bit of infantry that he can teleport onto the battlefield or have weird boys casting the jump on them from nearby. It's whatever you want to imagine. The supplement pretty much covers every reasoning for every faction to be able to deep strike like this. Planetstrike just goes from 0 to 11 on turn 1 right away. And because you can deep strike on turn 1, reserves will show up on a 3-up and then a 2-up on turn 2, and everything automatically shows up on turn 3. And of course, it's going to be anywhere from 5 to 7 turns in Planetstrike. You start rolling for random turns, I believe after turn 5, I'll have to double check that. And of course, on top of all of that, we have to figure out who's gonna win this mission. Now, first and foremost, there was a void shield generator protecting this critical location. A lot of important assets, especially underground. Now, there were some dead sneaky commandos that sabotaged it and blew it up, thus allowing this place to be assaulted and making it a lot more vulnerable. There are 5 5 key buildings here. They're all pretty much bunkers in one way or another, and whoever holds the majority of the bunkers at the end of the game will be the winner. If it's a tie on bunkers, it will come down to kill points. Now, to control it, you simply just have to have a unit capable of scoring in contact with it or inside of it, embarked in it, whatever you want to do. And attackers always trump defenders. So any orcs that are controlling an objective will remain in control of it for purposes of winning the game by the time the game ends. And that's kind of it. There are quite a bit of other Planetstrike missions that get a lot more complicated, but we figured for your guys' first one back into Planetstrike, or first experience with it, and James's first game of Warhammer 40k 4th edition, we're probably going to keep it simple. And for setting up our board today, I wanted to go with your typical trench network. I love playing guard on trenches. They just go hand in hand, like peanut butter and jam. Now, we are using a lot of Games Workshop kits here. Pretty much everything on the table is from Games Workshop. There's a few pieces that are handmade by Adam at Greenleaf Terrain, as well as a few tank traps you'll see on the board that are from Hammerforge. And the battle mat itself that we're using is from Table War. All of the links for that will be in the description down below if you like what you see and we want to check out what else they have to offer. I have deployed my forces. We have our 5 main bunkers we're trying to defend for the objectives. And one there, and then the large bastion in the background. Now, Planetstrike, I get a lot of defensive assets as well. So like all the gun emplacements are all active. They're either manned by models nearby if they're capable of doing it, or they're automated. Now, the only ones we're not doing, because they weren't actually released at the time, are like the bigger pieces here. They're kind of tied up shooting at Daka jets and Wasbomb blastas and all that kind of stuff. Pretty much low orbit orc vehicles and spacecrafts and flyers. But I will have like little quad guns, a little las cannons and stuff like that, and the heavy bolters placed into that stuff to help me defend against the orc onslaught. And to go over some of my elements, I have a few forward deployed Astra Militarum units or Imperial Guard units defending the bunkers. I have a Grey Hunter unit on the front as well. I didn't want the Space Wolves to cower in the back. It is not befitting of the Space Wolves chapter. We have a platoon commander there with a medic. Then we have Blood Claws, Flamer Sentinels, Lehman Russ with his back up against the bunker. Grey Hunters up here with a young Crom. And then we have our company commander, which is the overall warlord of the force, leading back there with infantry squad and the mortar team back there. Sentinels with las cannons, and then on the hard back corner of the battlefield, another platoon commander, no medic, just more plasma guns. Our Lord Commissar joining this squad of infantry. And now infantry have a rule that when they deploy, if they're near another unit of infantry, they can consolidate together to make a larger infantry squad. That's kind of what I did here. So the one platoon that had 3 missile launcher squads, these guys became one squad. And then the other missile launchers ended up over here, just because I wanted them near this bunker on top of that. And that's kind of it. We are ready to begin. James has chosen that battlefield edge to approach from. So his drop zone for all of his big vehicles and everything will be coming from over here, because that's where the fighting is the deadliest. So the orcs are going to choose the deadliest, most fighty approach, which is already an excellent start to this game. So thank you for that, James. Already in the mood. He understands how 4th edition is meant to be played, and I appreciate that. But of course, the orcs are not just going to appear without a preliminary bombardment first, which we have to resolve before we start the game. All of the orc spacecraft in low orbit will be firing down barrages. So the way, and this is only for the first beginning of the game, because they're not going to hit the battlefield once the orc forces have arrived. James is going to be able to place one of these for every objective we've agreed to play with. So it's going to be 5 blast markers plus D6. So go ahead and roll that up now. I want to see like a 3 or something. Okay, you know what? 7 of these is not so bad. Now, there's a chance that this supplement maybe came out at the beginning of 5th edition because it references a different kind of scattering. However, we're going to be playing with the 4th edition scatter for lance strikes from ships. So it's pretty much you roll a scatter die and 2d6. Sorry, a scatter die and d6, I apologize. And if you roll a direct hit, it scatters whatever the number is. And if you roll a not direct hit, it scatters double the number. And any of these that hit open ground will cause craters to be replaced there, and they'll be permanent for the game. That's why I don't have any on the ground right now, because these are going to put their own craters on the board. So where do you want to start placing these? They're strength 9, AP 3, ordnance, barrage. So they're going to cause pinning checks at -1, and they never cause morale checks. They only pin things. Do you know where you want to start?
I don't know. There's a lot of guys right here.
Fair.
Maybe one right there.
So you pick a guy's head, and we'll start there.
Start with this guy.
That Grey Hunter right there in the bunker. All right. Do you have a scatter die on you? So we're going to roll the scatter die. Boo. So it's going to scatter this way, and then roll me a d6, and it's going to go double the d6. 2. Oh, no! It was on his head, and it's going to go 2 inches towards the front there. So not too far. So it's going to be pretty much on that guy's head, and it's going to be quite a bit of hits. So the Wolf Lord's going to be hit, these 2 guys are going to be hit, and then it's 3 partial hits. So they have a 4-up chance to step out of the way. Roll for the partials here. One of them steps out of the way, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits on my poor Space Wolves. Now, luckily, they're in a 4-up cover save in the bunker. 2s to wound. Oh, no, 5 of them. These are going to be 4-up saves because of the bunker. Oh, no, it's a good hit. We'll lose 1, 2, and 3 of them, just regular ones, because I want him to keep operating the gun. And I owe you. I guess pinning checks are immediate, so they have to do a pinning check at -1. Oh, they're pinned. Okay, so I'm gonna lay a model down just so I remember that they lose their first turn. Next one is gonna go right on the top of our Lehman Russ. So go ahead and roll a scatter and a d6 right beside it. It is gonna scatter 4. Kind of off of it a little bit, because it does follow the little arrow with the lance strikes in 4th edition. I'm gonna go boop, but we're still gonna clip the Russ. And it is barrage, so it hits side armor of the Russ, which I think I have to double check. This is ordnance at strength 9. It's landing right around there. Against side armor 12. You need a 3 to glance the armor. A 4 or more is gonna penetrate the inside. And because it's ordnance, you roll 2 dice, take the highest. So that is a penetrating hit, which is really bad for the battle cannon there. Go ahead and roll me a d6. We're gonna take a look at the penetrating hit chart. If you roll I'm okay. If you roll the 4 up, you destroyed him. Just dead. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I wish I caught your face on that one. He's like, oh, it just dies. Yeah, there's no, by the way, for James in 4th edition, vehicles have no health. They just keep rolling on the chart until they're destroyed, immobilized, or just until they're like essentially a moving Hulk. Gotcha. And then that's kind of it. Now this guy, I have to go see what 2 is. All right, number 2 is armament destroyed and crew stunned. Now I do have an upgrade on the Land Raider that will help against crew stunned, but I cannot do anything about armament destroyed. All right, so armament destroyed. James gets to pick any strength 5 or higher weapon here, or maybe 4 or higher, but doesn't matter.
It's gonna be the heavy bolter. Hit on that side, it just makes sense.
So James is being a good sport here because he could choose the turret, but it did hit that side. You know what? I'm just gonna put smoke on that side because I think that one might be stuck in there. That way we can remember I cannot fire its right sponson heavy bolter. It's a good spirit of you. I appreciate it. I'm always excited to fire the battle cannon. To lose it right away is okay. I don't mind. That's the spirit of the game. But this is cool too. So we blow off the heavy bolter. The crew is stunned by the impact, so they can't move or shoot next turn either. So they're effectively pinned for the first round. So the 3rd out of 7, James wants to put it right on that Bloodclaw's head. It's going to scatter, only 4 inches. So it's gonna land about here. It looks like it's hitting, is it just hitting 2 of them partially?
Yeah.
All right, so let's see if they step out of the way. One does, one does not. So on a 2-up, one of them is wounded, and they'll have to take a cover save. I think the trenches give a 4-up as well. They're gonna pass on a 6. And pinning is only if I take wounds, so they're okay. That kind of, just a little bit of blowback, but nothing overall. And then I'll let you have the blast marker. Your 4th one where you wanna go. Sentinels? Ooh, on that guardsman, I like it. Very good. So right on the Voxcaster's head there, we're gonna see how far it scatters. 6 inches forward. 6 inches forward, we're gonna go right there, and that's gonna clip the autocannon and the flamer guy. So that's gonna be 2 partials. They both step out of the way. Mostly the bunker protected them against it. I should note, I'm going to put down the craters afterwards. It says you don't put a crater down if it hits models, but I like the idea of it not, if it didn't cause any damage because they got protected by the terrain, I'm just going to put craters in front of those positions. That was 4. We're on 5 out of 7. Where do you want to go next?
Okay. I think we're going to go over here next.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. There's quite a bit of boys over here.
Let's do this.
Right on top of the heavy weapon team there.
Heavy weapon team, yeah.
Scattering it up. Ooh, another, oh, 6 inches backwards. That's gonna hit some partials. Looks like 2 partials on the guard there and a couple partials, maybe just 1 on the platoon squad. I'll let you make that call. It was just the 3, just the commander there and the junior officer, I mean. The infantry, one of them is gonna get wounded on a 2. If you'd be so kind to roll that for me. I failed 1 partial. Oh, that's a wound for sure. Is he protected by the terrain? No, he dies to that, and that's a pinning check for them. Their leadership 10 because of the Lord Commissar, though. We're good. They don't care. Or they really don't want to get shot by him. And then 1 partial on this squad. I'll roll that to see if he steps out of the way. He does. So we get 1 kill over there. And I think that was 6. Or is that 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5? Oh, we got 2 more to do.
Okay.
You can go anywhere you want.
These mortars are scary?
Yep, they are, absolutely. We're going to go right for the head of that mortar there. See where it scatters. And it also has lots of options to scatter. Some are good. That's going to go 6. Ooh, that might hit nothing. That is going to cause... Oh, just right in the middle of the trench.
Yeah.
Maybe a partial? Yeah, we'll say a partial on the mortar team. Why not? On, step out of the way. Oh, he doesn't. It's a 2 to wound them. And boom. Now, it is coming from over here, I believe. So I will get a slight cover save from the
absolutely.
trench. Nope. that's instantly killed too because it's strength 9. Do a pinning check on them. They're good on 6. Oh, but -1. I think they're 7 base. They're mans. That does not pin them. They're okay. And then we have 1 more to resolve. 1 more little preliminary bombardment. Try the last one on this squad again. There's a lot of mans over here. Oh, just 2 inches. That's not bad. But it looks like it's going to be 1 partial, 2 partials. That guy's a partial. That guy's a partial. So it's...
He's out, for sure.
He's out? Okay, so
yeah, just those 3.
That's not bad. 3 partials. Bloop. Whoa, 2 of them are going to get hit. And 2s to wound. And we'll see if the bunker protects them. No, it does not. Now, luckily with blast marker... Oh, I barrage. So I do have to take it from the point of the barrage. Where did that actually land? It was like up here, right?
It was over here. Something like that.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to lose... I'll lose the poor sergeant up here. Luckily, I have 2 sergeants in this squad. I don't want to lose the weapon team. Of course, pinning for the Lord Commissar. Ooh, we're good. Stubborn, 10. Even without the stubborn, we'd pass. That is it for the preliminary bombardment, the firestorm. So we've got a crater there from the 1 impact, the crater here from the other impact. The other 5 kind of hit like a piece of terrain or something, and there wouldn't be a lot of room to put a crater down. That's kind of it. I should point out, I chose not to put anything into reserve. I wanted all of my units on the board. I just don't know where James's stuff is going to come in, and technically neither does James. So I just want all my stuff on the board to figure out where it's going to go. Now we begin the game, and it is always the attackers who go first. So we have to go roll for every single one of your reserves. We're going to do that off camera, and I'm going to show you what actually shows up. Everything shows up on a 3, and you can't like decide they're showing up. That's the thing. If you roll 3 up, they must show up. 1 or 2, they come in later. We rolled for everything. What's not showing up here, James?
So the knobs in the truck don't get to show up. The boys don't get to show up. There's some Gretchen who are pondering and slow, and the Ludas, and then lastly the big guns.
Is that a squad, like a squadron of them?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So everything else is going to show up. We're going to show you where it walks in from. Are you going to be... You don't have to, but are you going to deep strike the infantry and stuff? Like teleport them in or to jump them in, or are you going to have them walk on the board?
The infantry, at least some of it anyways, is going to be deep striking in for sure.
Perfect. So
I think these guys might walk, but everything else probably will deep strike.
Perfect. And then one special rule I forgot to mention, not super relevant here because it's a little bit rare. I thought things like Storm Boys have deep strike built in because of jump packs. That was a later 6th edition thing, maybe 5th edition thing. If you have the deep strike rule already built in for Planetstrike, you get to immediately charge the turn you show up. Won't be relevant for this game, but a cool little piece of information. We have those that have arrived from the drop zone first. One thing to note, we are going to have this squad of Orc shooter boys walk on the board instead of deep striking, just because they're shooters. They want to kind of be in a better position. The battle wagon with the 10 mega knobs, one being the boss, just cranked up the full speed 12, and then our rocket truck squig buggy that fires explosive squigs only moves 6, so it can still shoot. We're going to go ahead and deep strike the other elements of the Planetstrike now. We're going to start this off with the Storm Boys dropping in behind enemy lines in proper Orky fashion, and you know what, even proper Blood Axe fashion, or no, Death Skull fashion. They're Death Skulls. These ones are. See, 10 that direction. Oh boy. That's off the board. Woo! I'm gonna play, I think typically the rules are they're dead. I never like that. I just like to play them, they go back into reserve and roll for them next turn. From there, we have James's personal war boss and his Burner Boy homies. So the war boss is gonna aim to deep strike right there. He asked a weird boy to jump him right to the middle of the battlefield in proper war boss fashion. Let's see where he goes. Oh, that's perfect. He's just gonna be somewhere around there. Deep striking right into the trench there. And the Choppa Slugga boys are gonna deep strike right where they bombarded.
I like to think it's a bit of the rock that fell, landed right there, and
exactly.
then just hopped off.
Let's see where they end up going.
Wrong side of dice.
They're gonna be right in front of a headstrong unit of blood claws. And right there, that's it. They're just gonna be happy circle right in the crater. Happy little concentric circles. That is it for the reserves on the first turn. The Storm Boys went back into reserve. We'll see them a little bit later. Otherwise, we're good to, that's pretty much the movement phase done. We're gonna go right to shooting. There's just 10 boys there firing 10 sluggas into the Space Wolves on 5s to hit. Daka, 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 daka. All right, very good. Oh wow, 4 hits. 5 hits even. Getting 4s to wound. That is not a bad start. 3 of power armor saves. Oh, that's what they get for not wearing helmets. So 2 blood claws go down, and that is gonna be a morale check at the end of the shooting phase because they lost at least a quarter of their unit. We're going over here to the war bikers. They are gonna let loose on, I assume that infantry squad in the bunker there.
The one in the same, yeah.
They're actually twin Daka guns. They're strength 5 on the bikes. That's new. I did not know they had that. So we got 1 hit, but they get to reroll because they're twin linked. And 1 hit becomes 3. These are gonna be wounding on 2s. My poor soft human body cannot withstand the Daka gun. Oh, it didn't matter, you just rolled 4 ups anyways. The AP on that is gonna be, well, probably better than my flak armor. Oh, it's AP 4 on Daka guns?
Apparently,
Holy crap! Well, luckily we have a barricade there for a 4-up save. Oh! You just shot the barricade. Next, we move on to the 5 cans here, firing everything into the Space Wolf Grey Hunters there. They have rockets and big shooters, and in this edition, they put the grots in the can, so they're BS3. Boom. This is the big shooters?
These are the big shooters, yeah.
They're not twin linked or anything, they're just big shooters.
I will double check. I don't think they're twin linked.
And 3s to wound at strength 5. That is 3 saves. I got 3 of power armor. Can't break through that. Oh, come on. All right, we lose a Grey Hunter. We're gonna lose this one. Then the 3 rockets should be 4s to hit. That is, you can reroll that one. That's 2 hits so far. Yeah, 3 hits, 2s to wound the Space Wolves. And I think it's AP3. So I need to roll my trench saves. Oh, we saved 2 of them, but 1 Space Wolf does die to a rocket. And that's a leadership check for them. That's a third of their unit. Next, we have our shooter boys who are just going to unload into this fortification up here. There are 2 big shooters in the squad here to resolve afterwards, and then the slug as well. These are 5s to hit. This is the first half. Boom. We need 3s to wound. Okay, only 2 fails. 2!
Oh, that went far.
That's okay. Also, this is these dice haunt me, dude. These orc dice. 3s to wound. Oh my gosh. Then, of course, the 2 big shooters on 5s. Okay, 3 hits. And 2s. 3 more. These are all going to be just cover saves from the fortification. 4s. That is going to shoot about half into the fortification, and then half are about dead. Oh, I got okay there. So you do kill 6. That's obviously going to be a leadership check. Don't want to lose the flamer. I guess I'll lose... I don't really need the Vox guy. So 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll have the autocannon, the flamer, and our sergeant left alive. And obviously that's going to be a morale check. Realizing that our rocket, our explosive squig buggy, doesn't quite have any line of sight, we're just going to move it 12 instead this turn. And then we move to the last thing, the war boss, the death skulls in the back. 2 scorches. So it's going to hit 4 hits essentially on the Voxcaster and our commissar who's out of position. And then we'll fire the war boss and that after, or the custom mega blast and the war boss after. So these are 3s to wound with the scorches, and I will have cover saves because apparently flamers don't ignore cover in this edition. 3s to wound.
4?
Yep. That is going to be 3 wounding hits. I'm just going to go double check that ignores cover thing. You know, I don't know where I got that idea from. I think I was playing Too Many Emperor's Children, and they had the Doom Sirens, which specifically said they ignore cover, but template weapons just inherently ignore cover. So I don't know where I was getting that from. Maybe that's an old 3rd edition thing. Regardless, you ignore cover with both of those. Though the one thing I didn't catch is that you're supposed to resolve templates one at a time. So we'll do, instead of rolling all 4 wound rolls, can you give me the first set of 2 on 3s, and then we'll resolve the second one. So we have 2 wounds there. That unfortunately just kills both of them because they don't have an armor save against it. I'll double check commissars. I'll roll something for the commissar and then we'll see. He's dead. Okay, no, he's dead. And then you go to resolve the second one. There's nothing in range. So it does kill the 2. It's the exact same effect in the end there. And then what do we got with these 2 guys?
We got a custom Mega Blaster, and he's got a Shoota combi rocket launcher thing. He's probably just going to use the Shoota part for it right now.
Understood, yep. What are we doing first?
The War Boss is Shoota.
Oh, simple, yep. Was he BS3 on a War Boss? I don't even know. He is BS2. He hit 1 time. Let's go War Boss. Should be a 3 to wound.
Strength 4.
That's strength 4. And this one, nothing there. And then the custom Mega Blaster in the back there. Mech hits on a 5. Don't roll a 1. I think that thing gets hot.
It does have gets hot.
You simply missed. Not a big problem. I think that's it for shooting.
Yep, I think so.
Well, I owe you 1, 2, 3, 4 morale checks. Start over here. The Lord Commissar has a rule called the Aura of Discipline. It's a little 6-inch bubble of people get to use his leadership of 10. So the platoon commander squad is holding. Barely. Only because of the Lord Commissar, I'd like to point out. Our Space Wolves up here are going to roll a 7. They're 8 at least, so they're going to be okay, not running away. Squad up here, now they don't have a Lord Commissar nearby. There's a basic Commissar and the platoon squad. Let's see if they want to hold. Leadership 5, they're brave men. They're not going anywhere. And then our Grey Hunters are going to roll a 7. Very good. Okay, well I got pretty lucky there on my morale checks. And that's our first turn done. We're going to go on to turn 1 for the Imperial Guard. Moving is going to be generally pretty easy here. These Scout Sentinels are going to just turn around with their heavy flamers. And that should be a good time for those lads. We're going to keep our Leman Russ right there because he's already got his main target in sight. I want to keep this squad still so they can fire their heavy weapon. These Grey Hunters are in a great spot already. Platoon Command Squad's pretty content. They're pretty content. The name of the game is to hold these positions, so there's not a whole lot of reason to move. This platoon commander is going to get a little bit closer. There's no pre-measuring, but I do want to move these guys in a way to be able to fire their plasma weapons into those guys there. We're going to fire up our jump packs on our Blood Claws, and they're going to go for the Orc War Boss. They're a little headstrong, and they think they can take them. I know they can't, but these guys think they can, and I assume they're going to be dealt with with the heavy flamers over there. We're going to keep the Lord Commissar and this larger infantry squad still. They got I don't think I want the lasguns to fire down this way, but I do want the missiles to go down that way to slow down the battle wagon if possible. Going to keep the mortars still. This missile launcher team is probably going to stay still because I just want to make sure they have line of sight. They can't see anything. We're going to go ahead and reposition this squad up to here. Methinks is my plan of attack. Scout Sentinels are going to trundle over this direction a bit as well. They can fire their las cannons and move, no problem. I just want them all to be able to see past that one building into the killa cans there. I think that's it for movement. These guys can't move because they're pinned, and they can't. I'm just going to stand them up just to represent that. I think another squad got pinned somewhere too. I suppose I would have laid them down if they were pinned, because that's typically what I try to do. Now we go to the shooting phase for Guard. It is unique. You can't just shoot wherever you want. You actually have to do orders first, resolve the order, and then move on. So we have to start with your senior officers. So my platoon, not platoon commander, but company commander is going to go ahead and issue some orders. Once he's done issuing his orders, you move on to your junior officers, issue their orders, resolve their orders, and then you can then do the regular shooting with everything else. So I just got to go remind myself what they do. Now, unfortunately, the company commander doesn't really have anything he could benefit from because he has to be able to see the target I want to shoot at. It's like that mortar team, I'd love for them to be able to twin link their shots against them or force reroll cover saves if relevant. Not that it'd be relevant, but the officer has to be able to see them as well. You know what, never mind. He could see them over there. However, the orders aren't going to help out too much here. So we don't have to worry about his orders. He's not going to do any. He could do go to ground, but I don't really want to do go to ground. Oh, you know what I could do? The only one I can really do is first rank fire and second rank fire on his own unit to fire some lasguns at the bikes. And that's about it. So we're going to go ahead and see if we pass that order. Orders received. So now we have to immediately resolve his order. The only guys who have lasguns here, by the way, is the medic, the voxcaster, and the regimental standard. Now, first rank fire, second rank fire allows them to fire one extra shot with their lasguns only. They are veterans, so they hit on 3s. We have 2 hits with lasguns. I believe you're toughness 5 on this bike, so I need 6s to wound you. Well, that 6 will wound no matter what. We get 4-up armor save on them, and they always have a 4-up cover save too, because they're always kicking up a dust cloud right behind them as they tear across the battlefield. So one lasgun landed a wounding hit on a bike. Let's see if it survives. Did I hit anything important? I did not. You're good on a 6. One thing I realized, I'm literally looking at this unit here. I'm like, I got nothing for my officer to order. I somehow don't see this squad of infantry right there. Now they are in range. That's the reason I put them there and him there, because he has a 12-inch aura to order things. So they're within 12 with this model in the back here, and the heavy weapon team are both within 12. He is going to order them first rank fire, second rank fire, targeting the bike squad. They have to pass the leadership check. Now they have a voxcaster. He has a voxcaster, so I'm able to re-roll it to make sure they get the order. I think they failed. Yeah, they definitely failed at 9, so I got to re-roll. They pass. Okay, the voxcaster worked. They get to immediately fire. Now with first rank fire, second rank fire, they fire 3 shots if they're rapid firing. And we have a flamer to resolve as well. We'll go ahead and do the flamer. It's only really gonna get 2 hits. So we'll go ahead and resolve that. It's strength 4, their toughness 5. Yeah, nothing. They're too tough. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That guy can't see in the back there. 5 lasguns that are going to fire 3 shots. I'm going to put in the pistol in there. You don't get the extra shots on that. So it'll be 15, 16 shots, and I got to double check how these guys work. It's treated as a single model. The other guy kind of feeds the ammo into the weapon, so you can only ever fire 1 gun as like a single model anyway. So we'll do the auto cannon after I resolve all the lasgun fire here. These are 4s to hit. Boom, boom. Very good. We need 6s to wound the tough orcs. 2 wounding hits that you have 4-up saves against. And I think if I can get lucky, ooh, make 1, fail 1. We play very loose rules with cocked dice. Pretty much whatever I say goes for the cocked dice, and that was a save. I think they're only 1 wound each.
Probably.
We're gonna, boom, this guy will get shot dead from that. And that'll be a morale check for them after this. I do have to resolve the autocannon though. Shots at strength 7, got a hit. And 2 to wound, 2 to wound. It is AP4, but you have a 4-up cover save because of the dust cloud. So 1 4-up to see if I actually see them or not. Oh, I can't shoot the dust cloud. Very good. And then that order is resolved. Now, obviously, these guys have shot. They cannot shoot again this shooting phase. I'm going to move on to this junior officer who can only issue 1 order. Being a junior officer, he only has access to first rank fire, second rank fire, incoming, which is you pin your own unit and you add 2 to their cover save, they go to ground, or move, which is they get to run, which most things don't get. The running isn't really in the game, so that's unique to the guard as well. And we're gonna go ahead and do first rank fire, second rank fire on the squad up here. See if that's only gonna affect none of them, actually, because all the lasguns are dead. So we're gonna pass on his order. Oh, I guess I got lasguns here, so we'll go ahead and do first rank fire, second rank fire on them. But I want to shoot the plasma over here. Okay, well, I'm not gonna do any of his orders. I'm gonna choose not to do theirs. And then the other junior officer up here is gonna order a. Oh, it's tough. The order of these. You're being forced to do this because I want to fire those over there. And he's not going to be able to, nothing over here because it's all plasma guns. So, okay, no orders. Don't have to worry about it. We're going to proceed to regular shooting. I am going to have fun with these heavy flamers. I've got to resolve them 1 at a time. I have to try and hit as many as I can. This first one covers 8 of the orcs, just not those 2 over there. This is strength 5. Wounds, kills on 3s. Oh, we only killed 2. Not bad. So 2 of the lads there go down. We'll lose that lad and this lad. Blah, blah. The next guy is going to go ahead and whoosh. We'll say it hits everything but that guy. So that's going to be 7? Yeah. 4. Yes, 7.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be killing on 3s. Okay, that kills 6 of them. Then the last one will just hit 2. Whoosh. Need 3s? 2. I think knobs have 2 wounds though. They roast the boys, but the knob has 2 wounds, so he's still kicking. That'll be a leadership check later. Moving on to the, let's do the Lehman Russ. He's gonna fire his turret and the 2 remaining heavy bolters right into the killa cans. Go ahead and put the large blast right there. So it's gonna be essentially just 1 hit and 3 partials if it doesn't scatter too much. This is only a single D6 scatter because he did not move. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be a big flip. That's easy to resolve. You put it on top of him, and you go, it's going to be, essentially right there. So it's only 1 partial hit. Double checked. It's just 1 partial hit. Did he dodge out of the way? Yeah. No. That's good. Yeah, for me, I need 4 ups to, well, no, he's good. No hit. He has the sponson and the hull-mounted heavy bolter. Could accomplish something. I got 3 hits, and the front armor of a can is 10 or 11?
11.
11. Okay, I need 6s to hurt it. Yeah. Oh, we got a 6. Very good. And it's a glancing hit, so we don't have to worry about the cover. So we go right to the glancing hit table, and it's a 3 on that guy. That is going to be crew stunned, so that 1 can cannot move or shoot next turn, but the other 4 are free. All right, that's all resolved. This squad here already shot everything. They shot, right? Yeah. I forgot to do the plasma gun earlier, but that's okay. We're going to move on. They can't shot because they moved. She can't shot. Let's do the mortar team. So they're going to thunk a couple of mortars right over here on top of the boys. But they're not in line of sight, so it will be a full barrage scatter. I'm going to go ahead and aim for that guy's head, so it'll be 1 hit and a bunch of partials right around him. Going to be a 2d6 scatter taking the highest. Ooh, but we got a direct hit. Let me just confirm I actually got a direct hit. Lucky with a direct hit on our ranging shots. I'm just going to leave that kind of right there on his head, and then we're going to roll a scatter die for the second mortar shot. That's going to be a direct hit as well, so I place it in base contact with this one. So that one's going to land there. This one's going to land like over here. So this one's going to have 2 for sure and 4 partial, and this one's going to have 1 for sure and 6 partial. So it's going to be 3 for sure and 10 partials. The partials, these are 4s to succeed. These all miss. Boo, boo, boo. So we have 5 hits in total. 4s to wound the boys. I got 1 wound. After all is said and done, that kills 1 lad. We'll say that guy dies for the 1 direct hit. That's what he gets. But that is a pitting check for them because it is a barrage weapon. However, I think your mob rule automatically makes you pass. Mob rule is it changes their leadership characteristic to whatever amount of boys are in the unit. So their leadership currently 19, which means they're effectively fearless. I'm gonna go right back over here to the sentinels firing. They have 3 las cannons that are trained on these little cans over here. These 2 are free to fire normally. Anything that this one accomplishes will cause a hull down cover save. So I'll fire the first 2 sentinels. Pew, pew. I gotta double check their ballistic skill. I believe they actually are BS4. Never mind, they're ballistic skill 3. We need 4s to hit. Then this is the guy who you have cover against. He missed anyways. So we got 1 las cannon hitting true, and it is strength 9. Oh, only a 10. Armor 11, no effect. Get these guys I can resolve. I am gonna have the autocannon and the flamer and the sergeant fire into this squad of lads. I think the flamer is gonna get much. 2 hits. Could I get 3? No, 2's the best I can get. Sorry, you guys can't see. Whoosh, and then the autocannon afterwards, and the pistol. Flamer does kill on 4s. No! Las pistol, come on, sergeant, bang, pew. He hits on a 5, oops, and wounds on a 5. Oh, we got a wound. Roll me a 6-up save. I don't think las pistols have any armor penetration. And if they do, I'd only have to look up if you rolled a 6. Yeah, I assume it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
That guy's within 12, he's dead. And then 2 autocannon shots. The 4s? Oh, they shoot wide. Move on to our space wolves here. They're gonna fire over at this bike squad. These killa cans are such a problem. I'll fire at the bike squad. Now this guy's gonna fire the quad autocannon at them instead, whereas the other guy's gonna fire their bolter and the bolt pistol. Well, actually, they all have bolters technically. So we're gonna go ahead and do the bolters first because why not, I guess. They hit on 3s into the bikes. And, they all wound. Or they all hit. I need 5s to hurt the bike though. Oh wow, 4 wounds with bolters, and you have your 4-up dust cloud or armor save, both work. And you lose 2 actually. So they are kind of cross-fired from bolters and taken out. Unless the knob has 2 wounds actually. There's just 1 wound on the bikes. Quad gun just fires into their wrecked vehicles. And I think the only things I have left to fire are gonna be in this back corner. Do the 3 blood claws first. I'm gonna fire their bolt pistols. 2 hits on 4s and 5s to wound. Oh, 4s to wound, actually. Your toughness 4 on them. 1 wound. You have 4 up cover save. Most of you are in the trench there. And I don't shoot the trench. One of the burners is killed. You can put a wound on the boss if you wanted to. But you don't have to.
I'll take a burner.
Yeah, that's fair. We're going to go ahead and fire our platoon junior officer squad here. There's 3 plasma guns and a plasma pistol. Here's the platoon commander's plasma pistol. He's going to... I have no idea. He has BS4. The other guys are just non-veterans. So first guy, got to roll him separate because it gets hot. That guy's probably dead. The next one is behind him. He hits. And the third guy right beside the commander is... Oh, okay, we're just cracking hits here. You are going to have cover. This is the gets hot for the first guy. No, he dies. Blah. And that is a leadership check for the squad. They lost a quarter. And then these are going to wound you on 2s. That is going to be 5 saves that are cover saves. I kill 4. So only the war boss stands alone. Not bad. Good job, lads. Though they kind of maybe spooked themselves a little bit. We got the Lord Commissar nearby. I'm sure they'll be fine. And that means we're probably pretty safe just firing 2 crack missiles right at the battle wagon there. So we'll do that right now. We'll load them up. We need 4s to hit. Ooh. What's the front armor of a battle wagon? Armor 14 on a battle wagon, though it is open topped. So I need, these are strength 8. I need 6s. 5 and a 1, not quite. Open topped means I don't think I get extra strength on my attack, though if I did glance it, I'd add 1 to the result on the chart. Yeah, that just double check, that's all good. On to morale checks, because we're at the end of the shooting phase. This whole platoon commander here rolls a 12. No! Obviously, this lad does not befit the rank of officer. This commissar is not happy about that. Now, the commissar can only do summary execution on his own unit, so he doesn't have the chance to keep them in line. Now, they're going to break and drop their weapons and run 2d6 towards the nearest village. All right, they vault over that. They smoke your squad and then decide to run away. The war boss, maybe they thought the war boss was going to die to a salvo of plasma shots, and he's still standing, and this guy's like, nah, you know what? We're just going to leave. So they're out of here. Then this knob has to see if he wants to stick around. Now, obviously, mob rule's not going to come into play, but they have like a base leadership of something decent.
7.
All right, so let's see, a 7 or less. Well, if you're ever under half of what you started, you take a -1 modifier. So 6. He's good. He doesn't care. Whatever. He's half on fire. He's ready to scrap. Well, in the assault phase, Blood Claws, if they don't have a character joining them, have to assault. Now, they are going to charge into a trench, so I have to roll a move through cover on the charge. They always go 6 unless there's terrain in the way. I take the high die. They go 5. 5 is still going to be good. I'm just going to place them kind of resting on the trench here. Boom, to represent them fighting the war boss. I guess I'll charge the sentinels into the boss, the knob there, to try and take him out. There's no Overwatch or anything. So yeah, I don't want him like hitting the Russ. So let's see, they have to do the same thing. A 5? We'll see, they might fail. There's a chance that walkers have move through cover inherently. So it didn't matter. 5's still my high die. They are within 5. I'm just gonna take that, move that to that side. I might as well get like the extra attack, I suppose. That guy's gonna go 5 up to there, not make it because that guy's blocking it. That guy's gonna do the same thing, but they can attack through their one buddy there, I believe. Just go ahead and do this fight first against the knob. We have 2 attacks each because we charged. It's our best hope of getting them. The weapon skill of the knob is probably 4-ish.
Weapon skill's 4.
All right, we're gonna hit him on 4s. We have 1 miss, and he's toughness 4 or 5?
4.
4. Agrees to wound him as we step on him. Only 2 wounds, and there's I don't think I have AP on walkers because they don't have a dedicated weapon. It's only monstrous creatures that have AP 2 or ignore armor saves. You have 2 6-up saves, I believe. Well, a 1 and a 4 won't cut it, so we end up killing the knob. We kind of step on him as he tries to pat himself off, and we get to consolidate 2 or massacre 2. Ugh. We'll see what that does for me. Just get out of the terrain there. And then we come down to this fight with the Blood Claws. They are going to have higher initiative than the War Boss. The War Boss is equipped with a Power Claw, but that War Boss is thick with 4 Cs. The Blood Claws have a rule called Berserk Charge, so instead of getting the 1 attack for charging, they get 2. This later became Rage in Warhammer 40k. And they have a pistol and a close combat weapon. So they have 4 attacks each, 12 attacks from them, but they're only weapon skill 3. Not that that matters too much. You're not weapon skill 7, are you?
No, 5.
No, not 5. So I need a 4s to hit you. We're going to land a handful of wounds here. or hits, I should say. Your toughness 5. We are strength 4. We are still Space Marines. We're gonna land 0 wounds. I can't get through the toughness of the war boss. He is now free to claw me.
5. Okay.
So he's gonna be hitting me on 3s with 4 attacks base. He does not have a slugga. He did swap it out for the combi rocket. 3 hits, 2s to kill. He just claws them in half. He just kills 2 of them like that. So 2 die, bam. And we definitely lost the combat. So you don't outnumber me, but I am under half. So we're gonna be -1 to our leadership. The Blood Claws break and run. They do have They Shall Know No Fear, however. So I have to go see how this works. So now we do an initiative roll off. I'm gonna roll a d6, you're gonna roll a d6. We're gonna add our initiatives to it to see if you grab me with your claw and keep me in combat with you. I roll a 6 in total. What's the initiative of a war boss?
4.
Okay, so you rolled a 7. All right, so essentially, instead of my guy running and breaking this way and rallying over here, you say, no, 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 you stay here with me, Wolf. And it counts as like ongoing combat, and you get to crump me on your turn. And that will be the end of the first round of the game. Planetstrike, in proper Planetstrike fashion, it is immediately to the action. Heavy casualties on both sides. And we're going to see what orcs show up as we go to their turn 2. For the Orc reserves, everyone is showing up except the Gretchen. They're apparently skulking somewhere nearby. We'll find out next turn when they show up automatically. But we have the grot guns showing up. Ludas is showing up. Storm boys are going to try again. The looted vehicle is showing up. And the big Choppa Slugga squad is showing up as well. We're going to show you where they all want to pop their ugly heads up. The looted wagon, the Chimera, just goes 12 up the board with the Knob squad inside. And then the little grot guns pop up here. And then we're going to deep strike the rest. Try the Storm boys in the same position yet again and not roll a 10 and a scatter this time. We're going to roll something like a direct hit. Or 6 is also acceptable. That's safe. Super safe and happy with their happy Storm Boy sounds. Coming over to here, this war boss doesn't really need help at this very second, but he will eventually. So we're going to have that giant squad of 10 Choppa Slugga boys get teleported in or to jumped in from a weird boy. See where they end up going. A direct hit would be ideal. Perfect. Happy boy sounds. Now, obviously, because of the terrain, it does prevent, like these guys are like technically right there, but it doesn't mechanically make a difference. So visually, it looks better when they're there. Then we move on to the Ludas. They're going to do an ambitious deep strike right on top of the bunker there. I believe in them, though. Oh, 2, they're fine.
Think they're okay?
Yeah, you just like land there. Boom. Or on the other level. Same spot, same idea. And then now we got Def Guns, I think they're called. I can't remember. No, I think maybe the Flash Kits have Def Guns.
Flash Kits have snaz guns.
Oh, my bad. They have snaz guns.
It's totally different.
It is different. It is absolutely perfect. That was the last unit to show up. We go to regular moving, and we're going to move all the other elements that haven't moved yet, and we're going to show you where they go. Though, the one thing I want to show is, I assume you want to move your buggy here with the rocket. We have to see if it immobilizes itself on the tank trap here on a d6 roll of a 1. Everything 2 up, he's fine. He just tramples right through it. He's good. He's able to move. We'll show you where everything ends up going. This battle wagon should be good to like just kind of drive through. And this is where everything, we end up going 12 with the battle wagon so that things can disembark and crump later. Move through cover, roll to 4. Otherwise, they moved up. This was the crew stunned, so it can't move or shoot this turn. And we're good. That's it. Everything's done moving because the war boss is in combat with the Blood Claw. And we go right to shooting. Start with a twin rocket up at the guardsman because it doesn't really have line of sight to too much else for now. So it's a single shot hitting on a 5, but it's twin linked. And no need for a reroll. 2 to wound. 2 to effectively kill unless it hits the fortification. It doesn't hit the fortification. This, who's the most unfortunate lad? Has to be line of sight, so it has to be like one of these 3 models or these guys up here, so this guy is dead. We're gonna go down here to the lads who are gonna go daka right into the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4 guardsmen defending that fortification. The 25 shooters first, and Slugga is involved. 5s to hit, 3s to wound, and I have to rely on my fortification. Not bad. 4 up save. Oh, that's gonna be 5, 6. That's enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They are eliminated, leaving this fortification up for grabs. Moving on to the killa cans. We're gonna put more hate on the 4 remaining Grey Hunters here. Starting with the
big shooters.
The big shooters. 4s to hit. That is 2 hits.
Threes.
Oh, we're good.
Nothing.
And you have 2 rockets that can fire. This guy is stunned. 4 is hit with the 2 rockets. 1 hit, 2 to wound. And I am forced to do a trench save here. Nope, not good. I don't want to lose my power or whatever this guy's gonna eat. He's not like he's gonna be firing the gun anytime soon. We're gonna fire the mech guns here. I'm certain they can fire. Okay, they're heavy weapons. Under heavy weapons, it only says infantry is the only unit type that can't move and fire heavy weapons. And then it has references to those that can, like bikes, jet bikes, monstrous creatures, and vehicles. And then it goes on to say, and some other unit types as well. But under heavy weapons, it just says only infantry can't move and fire them. Then there's other things for ordnance and heavy ordnance and all that. They can't be fired if they move. Ted and myself believe that they should be able to fire. James doesn't feel right firing them, and they're his unit. So I'm gonna use the 2 to 1 here and say, James, you have to fire your artillery.
If 2 to 1 say it can fire, then it can fire.
I think
absolutely. If 2 to 1,
2 to 1, easy.
Yeah, you get to fire your unit.
Yep,
Okay.
they move up, they plant them on the ground. It's no problem. It says they move like infantry, but that's it. We're eyeing up our Lehman Russ friend here as well with those guns. Now they have a random strength. How does this work, James?
So it's 2d6 to determine the strength.
Very good. Okay. So your average can hurt it. We're armor 14 on the Russ, so strength 7. No, you need an 8, at least an 8 on the dice to get the strength there.
It is worth noting that if the strength is above 10, one of the grots dies.
What happens to the grot?
The gun explodes, and he just kind of... the gun still goes off. It still shoots at that strength, but one of the grots takes a... It's like a gets hot kind of thing.
Okay, so it's like just a minor terminal inconvenience.
Yeah.
We'll see if they hit. They need 4s to hit here, so 2 shots on 4s. The grots are firing them. No! All of that. They can fire. Let's see what they do. Double twos, whatever. That's
universe has spoken.
That's Warhammer, baby. This thing moved more than 6, so it can't fire. So just double check to loot as our heavy weapons. They're not going to fire either. However, their sluggas could hurt the back armor of the Sentinels.
I'm going to shoot at the Sentinels.
5 sluggas coming right up. That is going to be a hit, and you want to see that same number to have any effect. It just ricochets off the armor. That brings us way over here to these lads. Lots of sluggas. Did you give them like heavy shooters or anything like that with your boys?
all choppers and sluggas.
Easy peasy.
Except for the power claw and the knob there.
Now, for they can't assault this turn, so you just want to lay into them.
Yep.
Yep. That should be, we'll double check, that should be 20 shots. 5s to hit. 5 hits after everything is said and done. 3s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounding hits. And we are looking at 4 up saves, essentially, because of the fortification. This unfortunate guy poked his head up. That guy was definitely not a veteran. That is going to conclude shooting. Over to here, I have my 1 morale check to make on the Space Wolves. They are going to break, but they shall... Oh, that's a weird one. They shall know no fear. They are going to run this way, I guess. I am going to break the rules of the mission a little bit. And actually, no, I like that because that's like a tactical reposition to go to the grots. So what they're actually going to do is going to move 6 up and over, hop over, just run right into the enemy lines and try and go for the grot guns. Obviously, they're going to get caught while doing it. For Planetstrike missions, you always run towards whatever the nearest table edge is. So that means they have to come this way. I was like, that feels weird. I want them to run that way. But I immediately came up with a good reason why they can go this one, mechanically and narratively. They're still going to get charged by cans. It's going to be fine. I don't have crack grenades on them either, so we're stuck fighting cans until we're dead. This is going to be the only assault that's really going to happen, so no need to really roll for it. I think technically, roll me 3d6, because I think you have to do a move through cover, because this guy's going to try and hop into the trench here. So you can charge up to 5. There you go, you're fine. So this guy is going to go for... I'm going to knock stuff around. That guy's going to go for him. Let me just do that so I can get that weapon in there. This guy could maybe creep up into there to make room for him. It's tough. It's tough. Giant bases. Obviously, these guys were not meant to be on these bases for this edition with these charge rules, so we're going to make a few exceptions, but that's good there. And then we're going to go 5. That guy can't move. This guy's going to kind of hop up here and be able to fight as long as they're within 2 of these guys. And if that's it for charging, we might as well just fight right here. I technically attack first, but without crack grenades on them, I didn't have the points. I won't really be able to accomplish much as their armor 11. Against walkers, you always fight their front armor as they're obviously not exposing their rear armor to you in the melee. So 2 attacks base for charge, and then charging up to 3. That's going to be 12 attacks from the clan, or killa cans. And they have dreadnought close combat weapons, so they ignore my armor. And 4 is to hit. Funny. Like 2? 3. 2's to kill. They're at least rank 6. And yep, they are caught, snipped in half, ripped in pieces, and you get to consolidate, but because you killed them completely, you get to move D6 inches, as it is a massacre move. 6. Now this guy is still technically stunned while they move, but at the end of the turn, he won't be stunned anymore. It does allow them to consolidate into the junior officer squad, and thus protecting them, and also keeping coherent to this poor guy who got stunned a moment ago. And then we have the fight to resolve over there. I get to strike first with the Blood Claw. He's only 2 attacks right now because he's lost his Berserk charge. We miss. Proceed to claw me. Got 4 attacks with his Power Claw, 3's to hit, and 2's to kill. 1 miss as I parry the blow away, and I'm about to get snipped in half, I suspect. Yep. And then you get to consolidate D6 with him as well. Ooh, I pushed this all over earlier. There, fixed. 4. So you can go run solo if you want to go rampage through them, or hunker down with these lads.
I'm just going to send him this way. He's going
right.
to join this group.
Exactly. And they are 1 unit now. We are losing the front here, so we have to pull back our forces. We are going to have the scout sentinels start pulling back this direction to try and get some flame attacks on the boys. They move 6, but they're going to have to do a move through cover. 5 inches is their max move. I can kind of eyeball that these 2 guys weren't going to be in range to flame them, so I'm going to have them back up and keep their front armor towards the enemy. This guy is going to expose his back armor, but he's got his buddies kind of protecting them. It probably won't matter much. We're about to get knobbed, but it is what it is. Definitely going to stand still with this squad. They have, I wish I had my junior officer still, but he ran away. The junior officer here is stuck fighting cans, no moving there. This infantry squad is going to continue holding this fortification as that was their orders, and they're not going to get any new orders, if I'm to be honest. Our company commander is pretty content where they are. I'm going to remember to fire the plasma gun this time, I suspect. And then we have our scout sentinels. The storm boys are a problem, but I'm going to just try and deal with them however I can. I do have the automated bolters on this thing that I didn't need to fire last turn, so it might be able to help out. The scout sentinels are going to do a move through cover because this guy needs better line of sight. We got a 5, so that means this guy's going to climb up to here, and this guy's going to shift over, and so is that guy. If I don't deal with the storm boys, those storm boys are going to probably deal with them, or literally anything else. We're going to keep the Wolf Lord still because I do want to defend that position, and I think we're good to start shooting. We're going to just start with the orders. That's how that works. Our company commander is going to issue... I think I want to do a bring it down on this squad here first. Going to allow the heavy weapon to reroll its hit roll, give it twin linked against the looted wagon coming up. So leadership check to see if they receive the order. 8. They have a Vox caster, so they can reroll that. 8. I don't think the sergeants are 8. Scratch that, I apologize. The sergeant is indeed 8. The only thing that can fire is the rocket into the big thing. So it's going to be a 4 to hit, but it's twin linked for bring it down. Thank you, officer. What's the front armor of a looted vehicle? Oh, it's like a light transport. It's 11. Okay, so I am going to need a 3 to glance. Ooh, we got a glancing hit. So no need to worry about the penetrating hit for hull down, which you would have had. And it's going to be a 5 on the glancing hit table. Oh, but because it's an open-topped looted wagon, that 5 becomes a 6, which is vehicle destroyed. That is going to cause the knobs inside to disembark and become entangled because we wrecked the vehicle. So they have to spend a turn kind of digging themselves out of the wreck. Some dudes are like buried under plates or concussed and things like that. They're going to disembark on the side. They will. I'm going to lay a guy down that we remember they're entangled. They have to give up moving and shooting next turn. And we do have, because it moved, it's kind of like everything's kind of simultaneous. As it's ripping up going maximum speed, the missile flew in and hit the front of it. It does send them flying, so there's a chance they take some wounds as they emergency disembark. They suffer a wound on a 4-up, which you get your full saves against, and anything that's not a 4-up gets re-rolled because it was going very quickly. So they just suffer 5 wounds. 4 up heavy armor saves on the knobs. As they come crashing out of the vehicle, 3 of them are fine, but 2 of them take wounds. That'll kill 1, but you have a pain boy in there, which gives you a 4 up feeling the pain. Feeling the pains are just 4 ups in this edition. 1 wound on a knob. You get to pick. Put it on the guy laying down. Knobs all have 2 wounds.
Actually, sorry, let's put it on the big choppa guy, because his weapon's slightly worse.
Ooh, choppa will take the wound out front. And we could just swap the models. I'll just do that.
Sure, that sounds great.
Keep the claw out front. You get to kind of pick and choose all that stuff then. Ooch, chop a guy in the back. And that was a good opening shot. We're going to have the company commander issue first rank fire, second rank fire now to try and finish off the knobs. The order of that worked out quite well for me. Leadership check. We pass. The order is heard. And that guy can't see anything. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys firing 10 shots. 15 shots, 16 for the las pistol, and then we have a flamer and an autocannon. Of course, we will do the flamer first. It's going to be 6 hits, but they're knobs. 4 to wound. 3 wounding hits. You have your 4 up armor save against it, though. Blah. And a doctor save. Doctor, please help me. No, that does finish off the wounded knob in the back. Blah. I'll just lay down another model to remember that they're entangled. The lasguns on 4s from the first rank fire, second rank fire. And the rest. These are the wound rolls, sorry. 3 wounding hits from lasguns. And that's going to be... Ooh, 2 doctor saves. Doctor. The best pain boy ever. Then we're going to fire a couple autocannon rounds. Oh, we're going to hit twice. These are strength 7, 2s to wound. These are going to be AP 4. So you actually, half of you will be behind the wreck. So you have a 5 up save from a smoking wreck. So 5 up armor, or 5 up cover save, I should say, 2 of them. And
how many again, sorry?
Oh, just 2.
Just 2, okay.
Oh, nice. The wreck saves 1, and then the doctor can save the other. Now, this doesn't ignore armor, like a power weapon, so you get the doctor save. So this is a single wound. I assume it doesn't matter at that point?
It does not matter now, yeah.
They're all claws. The only other officer is a junior officer, and you cannot issue orders while engaged in combat. So we're going to go to regular shooting now and see what that can accomplish. This automated autocannon at the artillery over there. 5s to hit, twin linked. 2 hits and a single wound. But it's firing, you'll have some cover technically because it's supposed to be up against that one. It ignores only. See, and oh, you're good. He just shoots his own barricade there. We have to come back to the armored sentinels. Their target of choice got smoked by the best missile I've seen in a long time. So walkers have 180-degree fire arcs. So 2 of them are lined up to fire at them. This guy is too far forward to fire at anything. So there's a couple las cannons at the Ludas. But 1 hits, 1 misses. It wounds, but let's see if it smokes the bunker. So it's got a 4 up cover save. And we hit the building. We're gonna go to the mortar team. They're gonna lob their mortars thunk over here, the storm boys. Now we don't have line of sight to them. So it is gonna be a 2d6 take the highest for a scatter, but if we get lucky, take a 4-inch scatter. So that's the ranging shot, and there's a second mortar to fire. If I have like a scatter that way, it'll hit him, or a direct hit will hit him too. Oh, pleasant. The second one's gonna land there. It's gonna be 2 hits and a single partial. It's gonna be these 2 guys and that guy. So does it hit him? Yes. So we have 3 hits on the storm boys, and it kills them on 4s, because I think they're only light armor as well. Or like flak armor or whatever it is. 2 storm boys are gonna go down of your choosing, and we'll have to see if they're pinned, so they'll have to take a leadership check.
Not that one and that one.
But not at -1, because they're still at half. What's it gonna be? Survey says they're fine, they don't care. The actual company command squad is gonna fire next. Only this line of guys can fire because the sentinel's in the way for that one guy. We're gonna try and put some pressure on the Ludas here because it's kind of all we can see. So we got plasma gun, lasgun, 1 shot of each. The platoon commander has a plasma pistol too far away. So here's the plasma gun. He actually might have veterans in his command squad. But anyways, here's the 2 lasguns. I'll just go check it out later. Stop rolling 3s. I had to look things up when I roll 3s. Our veterans. So the plasma gun wounds on a 2. It's strength 7. And then these wound on 5s because they're lasguns. So we got 2 wounds. I think these guys only have a 6 up save. So they're 4 up saves because of the building either way. 2 4 ups. And we take... Oh! We snipe them with a lasgun and a plasma gun. That'll be a leadership check at the end of the shooting phase here. Boop. Boop. On to the Space Wolves. The only thing I can really do is If I have line of sight with that mounted las cannon, I might fire it over the battle wagon. Yeah, let's see if it hits. So we'll turn it that way. We're gonna crack a shot right over the not Land Raider, but the Leman Russ we totally meant to move earlier. And it's a Space Marine firing it. Whoosh. We hit, and it's strength 9. Nothing. Might as well fire the Leman Russ now. We're gonna put only the battle cannon can really hurt the guys inside. So we're gonna aim it right for it. Pivoting. I think I've been counting pivoting as moving, so I will scatter it to the higher die. Bang, right in the middle. Direct hit, I guess. Yeah, direct hit. Number 14 on the big thick friend here, so I need a 6, but it's ordnance, so I get to roll 2 dice. I got a glance. Very lucky shot, and unfortunately the battle wagon got the Meganov squad to kind of where James wants them. But he is open topped. So, ooh, you know what? I gotta double check. I shot a blast at it and it's vulnerable to blast weapons. I think I actually do 2 of them. Let me double check. I got a 5 otherwise. That was all correct. Unfortunately, rolling a 5 is the high die. That's not gonna break the armor of 14. So, but the initial shot that did, here I get to add +1 to the result because it is open top. So 5 up, he's destroyed. Ooh, we got a 6. He is destroyed. So the same thing is gonna happen to them. That happened to them with the lucky battle cannon shot. And then the heavy bolters do nothing. So they get thrown flying like the looted wagon because it was moving at breakneck speeds. So you get, I gotta roll it for you actually, technically. So I need 10 dice here. What do I got? I got 5, 7, there's 10. And they're wounded on 4s, and I get to reroll failed because it was going so quick. So 4 wounds so far. Total of 7 wounding hits, but you have 2 up saves. Just one.
Just one.
One cracks his head somewhere and die. They're 2 wounds each, aren't they?
Should have 2, yeah.
Yeah, you're good. They're knobs. So we'll say, we'll swap these guys around. That guy doesn't have the right loadout. We'll put a wound on him. He's got a claw and like a shooter, I believe.
He's got 2 saws. And you can't run those in this version of the game.
It comes out later. The next codex makes that an option, I believe. Okay, well, that's pretty good. Again, I'm just going to lay him down. That we remembered they're entangled. They're trying to dig themselves out of the wreckage from that killer battle cannon shot. Coming over to the flamer here, roast. Let's see how many lads we get. We're only hitting these 5 models, and it is a heavy flamer, so wounds them on 3s. That is 5 wounding hits. That should pretty much kill all of them, and yep, there's the knobs right over there, so they're all safe. So these 5 will go down, and they are going to be fearless because of the mob rule. And this squad is about to wreck through my back line, so I have to do something about that. This squad is going to load up frag missiles. Got the flamer, and then it's just everything. The Lord Commissar is screaming to fire at the greens. We'll start with the basic flamer over here. He is going to get 4 hits, I think. Yeah, he'll get 4 hits. These 4 models there. 4s to wound them, and I think they just die if I get it. I killed the 2, so we'll kill these 2 guys. Well, I guess you probably want to kill the slightly further back ones. Like those 2 guys can go down to the flamer. Both good to shoot. Blast weapons are a little different in this edition. When it's like a small blast, you roll to see if you hit or not, and then you put the blast marker down. 4s to hit. 1 shoots wide, 1 will hit. Both of these can only really see over here, so I'll just say I was going to aim for the knob there. Boom, so it'll hit the knob. Not that he takes the wounds, but that's just the best spot to get the most amount of hits. And it'll be 4 partials. So 1 hit, and it'll be 4 hits in total. And these are strength 4, because it's a frag missile. Wounds on 4s. 1 wounding hit. And you have not a majority of them in cover, so 1 guy will just die, but it could be anyone you want.
Okay.
Bam. And then I have a bunch of lasguns. And a bolt pistol. I'll do the bolt pistol. The Lord Commissar's bolt pistol. He hits on 2s. Wounds on 4s. No. 4s to hit with the lasguns. Some are rapid firing, and some are not. 5s to wound. 1. Majority of them aren't in cover. I think you just have a t-shirt save. I don't think lasguns have armor pen. Even didn't matter.
1 definitely won't make it.
So we got 1 more lad, and then again, mob rule, they're going to be immune to it. So you can pick whoever you want. They're all in range to die. That should conclude my shooting. The only morale check we have to make are the Ludas, who lost 2 out of the 5 models. I think they're probably leadership 7, maybe 8. 7 is the number to beat. Perfect. They're not under half, I should point out, so they don't take the negative on the leadership modifier, and they're good to shoot on this upcoming turn. I don't think I have any charges I want to make, mostly because I'm Imperial Guard fighting Orkz. I do have a Space Wolf element, but they're holding the middle objective. And I could really use their help over here, but by the time they were to like disembark and get out of that fortification and make their way over here, the game would be over. So they're it's a very slow addition, so you're kind of locked to where you want to be. Otherwise, I guess they could help this one though. They can kind of bounce between those two. But I think we just do that fight there. Now we got one guy in base contact. These two guys can help them fight, and it doesn't count as a charge. So you just have your, I think, 2 attack space. Be forced hit with 6 attacks. They're gonna land, ooh, good roll. Be 2s to kill models. 3 die. You have a medic in there for feel no pains, but it doesn't work against Dreadnought close combat weapons. And the instant death as well, I guess I should point out. 3 are gonna go down. Well, I don't really care about the Voxcaster anymore, so that'll be one of them. I kinda care about the Commissar because he's got a power weapon, but a lot of the stuff over here. Let's lose, Commissar's cool, lose a medic. And we'll keep the medic and just lose both. No, we're gonna lose the medic and a plasma gun because they were all eligible to die because they're with contact with him. Now he's only strength 3 with the power weapon. He can't hurt them, so we go right to morale. I think you definitely outnumber me, and I'm under half. So let's see what our leadership says here. 5. So we take a -1 because we're at half or less, and we're leadership 8 with the Commissar. You outnumber me only by 1 degree because I think they only count as 1 model still. So I pass my leadership technically, though I got to look up the weapons are useless rule because I don't want to be there anymore. We are going to go ahead and use the our weapons are useless option here and get the heck out of this combat. So we opt to automatically fail the morale check. Not that it's going to help us too much because we're going to end up running into this position and we're just going to get orked, but it's better than, getting grotted, I guess. So we're going to fail the morale check. We're going to go ahead. You're initiative 2, I think, on a can.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
I think I'm initiative 3 or 4. So I rolled a 5 or a 6 for mine. You go ahead and roll a d6. Oh, yep, you caught me. Okay, so as we try to turn away and run away from this combat voluntarily, you just grab us and kill us. And we scatter. So you get to do a consolidate move with your killa cans of d6 because you massacred my guys. They will go 2 inches wherever you'd like. No, my Leman Russ. It's James's turn next. Because that is it. That is all my turn. Though I won't complain too much because I got a critical entanglement there, which can buy me a turn. And the exact same thing happened over here. I just have to find a way to deal with these cans. And it's going to hopefully be those sentinels lining up a few good shots. Maybe the wolves can do it too. Or maybe they bounce off the Russ and the Russ backs up and lands a killer battle cannon shot. Time will tell. But we're done our second battle round. And do you only have the Gretchen in reserve now? Is that the last unit?
That is it, just the Gretchen.
They show up automatically.
Excellent. Finally, my plan can come to fruition.
So are you going to deep strike them?
Yeah, they're on the deep strike list.
Perfect. So we'll see. We get to see where they were skulking and where they reveal themselves. And that'll be that. We're going to go to turn 3, Orks and Goblins. And for the Gretchen, we are going to have them potentially show up right here beside this main fortification, allowing them to, dance and be jolly and claim this towards the end of the game and let the knobs move on and do knob things. Let's see where they end up going, though. Oh, yep, direct hit. I like to imagine that the Gretchen were always technically here. They were just hiding under rocks and stuff. And then the run herder teleports in. He's like, come on, get out of here. So that's actually perfect. The movement tray for that, for the deep striking Gretchen. We're going to start moving here. Move through cover says 4. Oh, that's pretty damn good. Our boss is trailing behind the rest of the boys. That's kind of the nature of how he joined them. Just a reminder, these knobs are going to be entangled. Pinned effectively, and the same was true with those knobs there. Do you want to move the cans?
Yes.
All right, we're going to do a move through cover on the cans. They do get to go 3d6 because they're walkers get to go a 3rd die. Just take the highest, essentially.
That's a 6.
Ooh, there you go. What are we doing here?
Going a little bit towards the Russ and the Wolf Lord. We're going to threaten both sets of units.
The Wolf Lord has a frost axe, so the best he could do is glance the killa cans on their front armor with strength 5 base. But he's really cool, so I'm sure he'll do it. I'm sure that Russ isn't going to be long for this world, though. Coming over to the trike, or the buggy? Yeah, the buggy.
The buggy.
Move through cover on our orc lads here as they want to climb the fortification. They'd need a few turns.
Yeah.
But they'll get there. They'll work
Oh my
on it.
goodness. 2.
There's our first bad move through cover roll. They're slow. They eventually got rid of this in 8th edition, and they simply made it -2 to all movement characteristic and charge rolls. And I think in 9th edition, they just said, let's just get rid of it. And that's where I got very sad. And just a quick correction on our killa can movement. We want to leave a gap down the middle so we can see the Russ with our mech guns here. Storm boys are going to go skulk behind the building here or jump to the top. No, my fortification. I'll have that turn off they kind of start messing with it, and they'll turn off the automation on it, and they can't fire the weapons anymore. Not that I have been firing it. I've been kind of forgetting, kind of not wanting to use it. I feel a little guilty getting like free assets in the game, but it's just all part of the narrative. So this thing only hits on 5s. It's not going to be doing much. And coming over here, we are going to unload some sluggas into the large guard squad. 11 sluggas. Oh, that's a hit. Dead Orky. You could probably shoot his Shuda if you wanted to as well. Also hitting on 5s on War Boss. And it is Assault 2, so he can still charge. Oh, nope, he's going to miss. It's all more for show. 3s to wound. It's like warning shots. Like, I'm coming for you, Umis. Oh, no, not a wound either. Orkz. And over here to the buggy, we're going to go ahead and just shoot a rocket down here at our Sentinel friends. 5s to hit, but it is twin linked with the rocket. It's got 2. Oh, never mind. Don't need the twin linked. Strength 8. I think you're probably out. You know what? Roll the die. We'll figure it out. I think you're hitting. Okay, that didn't matter. Perfect. I'm like, I actually couldn't tell which. That one's got front armor 12. That one's got side armor 10. So we'd have to figure out which one you're hitting. However, one will fail on both of those. And we're going to come down to our mech guns here. We're going to take a couple of weird shots at the side of the Lehman Russ here, and that's going to ultimately decide what these cans do afterwards. 4s to hit. They rolled double 2s last time. Oh, another 2, but we do have a hit here. Now we have to figure out the strength of the mech gun. It's what 2d6?
2d6.
Nice. And you don't want to roll a 10. You kind of want to roll a 10 up.
I do.
Yeah. 6. Strength 6 can only hurt armor 12. The side armor of Russ, I have to double check. You might be able to do something here. Close. It's armor 13 on the side of a Lehman Russ battle tank. So not enough to really hurt it. You just shoot whatever weird... What is this gun again? It's a
zap gun.
It's a zap gun.
I know in later editions, there's the bubble chucka, which essentially has the same random strength rule going on. So, I don't know. It shoots a this laser lightning thing. It's just not strong enough this time, and no grots blow up.
And no grots blow up is the important thing. So no shooting there. I assume they have a few grot blasters that could shoot up there at some dudes if you want.
Yeah, they got some pistols we can try.
Yeah, they hit on 4s and wound on 4s. Herd has the slugga, and then we have a bunch of grot blasters. No, he's gonna miss. 4s? Yeah, grots know how to shoot. I think grot blasters are only strength 3, so 4s to wound a guardsman. And we'll have some cover up there. Oh, the fortification. Well, this poor lad just lost his life to a grot blaster. Out of everyone to die on the field, Jeremy the Bullfrog Marston dies to a grot. And we're moving on to the def guns into the sentinels there to try and weaken my las cannons.
All right, so we have to figure out how many shots these guys do.
D3 shots per def gun. Good, 5 shots, not bad. I'm pretty sure they're ballistic skill 2 still. So def guns, you actually just roll 1d3 and it affects the entire unit. I'm going to give you 2. You get 4 shots. I'm not going to go from 5 to 2 shots. You take your 4. 5s to hit. Hey, we got a hit. And it's strike 7. We need a 3 to at least do something here. All right, that's a penetrating hit. It's going to be hitting that nearest guy right there. And why don't you go ahead and roll a d6 on the penetrating hit table. A 4-up is good. Oh, we have our first vehicle explosion. You hit the munitions of it, and it causes a catastrophic explosion that's going to affect everything nearby. Let's see how far that explodes. The debris will go 2 inches in all directions. That's not going to affect any infantry. It's going to just simply bounce off the other elements of the squadron, as their armor's too high to be hurt by the explosion. And now we have a smoking crater and one last las cannon. Thank you, Ludas. Then this guy, Custom Mega Blaster, might have some shots too.
Yeah.
Strength 8 gets hot. Does it hit? On a 5. Don't roll a 1. It hit. Oh no! It's 2 to glance my armor at strength 8. Oh,
of course.
Nice. It just bounces off the armor. On to our killa cans. We got 2 of them with rockets. We're going to fire at the side armor. Oh, 3 of them. Sorry. 3 of them with rockets into the side armor of the Russ. Should be hitting on 4s. That's a hit. And strength 8. We need a 5 to glance the side armor. No, it's a penetrating hit with a rocket. So it breaks right through the armor, explodes in the rust. Roll me a d6 on the penetrating hit. Pretty much a 4 up. This thing's dead. A 2. Something really bad happened to him still, though. James is gonna go bust up the other spawns, and so only this poor Lehman Russ is being picked apart. It's got a turret and a heavy bolter, and it cannot move or shoot next turn either. It has track guards, I gotta remember, which is only for if he gets immobilized and it becomes stunned instead. However, not relevant here, he's simply stunned. And we're right to charging. The cans are gonna go ahead and just charge that rust to try and finish it off. They do have to do a move through cover, but it shouldn't be that bad. They get to go 3 dice because they're Waaghs. 6. Oh yeah, 6. They're in it to win it. And they're happy and surrounding the Russ.
Cover.
1 charge over here from the war boss and his lads. A move through cover first. 3 is good enough. You only really needed a 1, but it's good to see how far you can go. There we go. We got a 3-4 guys up there in base contact, and I'm going to allow the guys kind of on the ground level to attack as well. That just means the war boss can't fight in these 4, but they'll eventually make their way there. That's it for charging. We might as well just go ahead and fight right here. Then for initiative here, I was defending a position, which sets my initiative to 10, but the lads here obviously have stick bombs, so they kind of hurl them up there and set their own initiative to 10 on top of it. Other than the claws. I'm pretty sure the claws are set down to 1, but I could look into that, I suppose. It just means we're all fighting at the same time as we're trying to gather ourselves from all the explosives, and you're climbing up and over the fortification. We kind of meet at the same time. That's what 4th is trying to represent with that mechanic. They eventually got rid of that later in 7th edition, and it worked kind of the same way, but different. All right, that's what I thought. The power claws and power fists have a rule that say they ignore grenades and other special rules. They only ever fight at 1. We got 5 lads able to attack. They should be 3 attacks each.
It's 2 for the boys, 3 for the knobs.
But you get 1 attack when you charge.
Charged, yes.
Yeah. And now this, if you want to, this boy can allocate attacks into the commissar, or you just have him help focus on the squad.
Just focus on the squad.
Gotcha. All right, so they should be hitting on 4s, unless they're weapon skill 4. You are weapon skill 4, you're gonna hit me on 3s. That makes sense. Orkz should probably be weapon skill 4. And your strength, you have furious charge. It's +1 initiative and strength in this edition. I haven't come across Furious Charge. I haven't played against Orkz too much. So the initiative doesn't matter, but they're all strength 4 right now. So these are 3s to wound. 6 wounding hits from choppas. They are just basic close combat weapons, but they're just called choppas. That is going to be a 5-up save on my guardsman. So anyone that dies does get to strike back because we're at the same initiative. So 4 guardsmen are going to go down. Might as well lose the Vox guy. He's not going to do anything. And this lad here. I'll go ahead and strike back with the guardsmen. They only have basic knives and stuff, so and bayonets. So 4, 5. The sergeant does have a pistol, so he gets a couple of extra attacks. So he's got 2 base plus the pistol. I hit you on 4s, as your weapon skill is better than mine, and you can defend yourself. And I am only strength 3, so I need 5s to stick. I bayoneted you once. You have a 6-up save. Nice, I got a boy. Boys. Now it does have to be one of the ones fighting, so you can kind of pick wherever you want.
Fine.
Bam. And then the Commissar is going to attack with his power weapon. The Lord Commissar have 3 attacks base. +1 for the bull pistol and power weapon. Ooh, we hit on 3s, and we're only strength 3. We are still, after all, just a man. 2 dead orcs, though. As his power weapon simply burns through their no armor.
Let's take that guy.
And that is it for combat. You killed 1 more than I did, so you're going to win. I'm not under half. Oh, I guess the Commissar's there. He's got stubborn as a rule. I'm pretty sure stubborn kind of just means fearless, but he's stubborn 10. So stubborn is fearless in this edition, except for pinning in this case. But we're going to hold anyways, and it's a ongoing combat. So you pile in 6 inches to me, and then I pile in 6 inches to you. I absolutely forgot about your power claw attack. You're still going to win the combat, it just means you're going to kill a few more lads. And the Knob's got 5 attacks with the power claw. In later editions, I think it might be 6th edition, they put the specialist weapon trait on power claws and power fists to disallow the extra attack. Not that I'm complaining here, it's just crazy to see a Knob with 5 attacks. 3s to hit. Uh-oh. And 2s to kill as you just snips dudes. Bam, bam, bam. All right, so it's going to be 4. Well, it's going to be that guy. These guys get instantly killed. 3. And I guess the Commissar could die to this. He's got a 5-up invulnerable save with the refractor field. Oh, his refractor field deflects the power claw kill. So I'd still pass my leadership with a stubborn 10. It's just the commissar is now it's going to be surrounded by boyz. And that is it. This commissar is going to fight for his dear life. The other thing to resolve will be our killicans here on our Leman Russ. Now, the Russ did pivot and move a little bit, because it can always move and fire its gun, so technically a Russ always wants to move like a millimeter. So you hit him on 4s in melee because of that, but you get lots of attacks. These 4 are attacking the side armor, this one is attacking the rear armor, because you just attack whatever armor facing you're kind of in. Do the one can in the back first, hitting on 4s.
I went all over the place.
He got a single hit. And what is the strength of a killican?
5.
5 base. Just double checked, it doubles their strength up to 10, maximum 10, and the back armor of a Russ is only 10. So as you roll this d6, the minimum you're going to get is a penetrating hit as you roll an 11. So you go roll right on the penetrating hit table as he just gets that saw right in the back there. 3. As an immobilized result, you get the tracks. So you're starting to cut up the tracks. It does have track guards as an upgrade, so on a 4-up, we ignored the immobilized. Oh, he's immobilized permanently. So that guy's effectively dead, but we have 12 more attacks to resolve on the side armor. Hitting on 4s, we got 3. Armor 13 against strength 10, we need 3s to glance. So it's gonna be pen. Very good. So they all break right through his armor, roll on the chart. Any 4-ups, it's destroyed. But any 6, okay, there you go. We have it, it's now just, it's a wreck. It doesn't explode. There you go, it's just beyond messed up. He just ripped the turret off and everything. Everyone's dead. It's horrible, it's metal death trap. And I don't believe you consolidate after fighting vehicles. You always just kind of stand still. And that's it for the turn, I guess. We'll call that a pretty good turn as things are going south for the Imperial Guard. I believe we can go right to moving. Ah, man. I don't know how to deal with these killicans. I can't get the Wolf Lord in there, but I do have a couple lascannons, plasma gun. The lascannon I can fire there. They could turn around and auto-cannon them if I want to, but they're going to be under the effects of one of the orders, so it's going to be kind of tough. But we do have movement to resolve first, so I can go ahead and do a little bit of that, I think. So we're going to do a move through cover on these walkers. Yeah, I mean, they can go 6. I do want them to go up and over this way, just to face those guys there, just so I can get a better shot on them. We are, kind of want my company commander to kind of vault out of the trenches and help out over here to make room for these guys. But I think I'm not going to do that. I think I'm just going to simply have these guys move through cover into the trenches over here. They're going to go 4. That means they can't fire their missile, but they can't really shoot anything at all where they are. So not getting too far with them. We're going to have our guardsmen up here stand still because they're going to try and deal with these knobs, I think. Over to the Sentinels, they're going to do a move through cover. They can roll a 3rd die. Well, I got a 3. Might as well roll a 3rd die. I guess I could reroll the 2. Oh, same thing. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. That guy's going to stay there, and this guy's just going to go to about here. We're just going to see how effective heavy flamers can be here before they die. I'm going to keep the Wolf Lord where they are. We got some back armor exposed on the cans there, but we'll see how it goes. I suppose that'll be it for movement. We go to shooting. I do have to resolve the senior officer's orders. We are gonna have him order this squad over here to 1st rank fire, 2nd rank fire, so they get a little bit more lasgun shots on a past leadership check. They do fail, but they have a Voxcaster in both squads, so I get to re-roll it. Still fail. The order is not received. And then his 2nd order is going to be, I want to say, bring it down for his own squad so that we could fire at the killicans with that plasma gun. And it just gives the plasma gun twin linked, honestly. He does answer his own order, and we're going to go ahead and resolve that right now. So I'll shoot it's pretty much just the plasma gun and his plasma pistol. So the company commander's plasma pistol. Oh, he has twin linked against monsters and vehicles. He does hit with PS4, and the veteran that's with him, it is rapid firing, so it'll be another shot. Twin linked. Double 2, that's okay. These are going to be strength 7 against the back armor of 10 on that can. So I'm going to roll these one at a time, just in case this goes sideways. So that's going to be a penetrating hit on that can from the plasma gun. And it's going to be a 1, which doesn't do much. That means the 2nd plasma gun's going to hit the back armor as well. Ooh, and do nothing, as that's only a 9. And I need a 10 to hurt it. And that should be it for orders. I can proceed to regular shooting. The Space Wolves are going to go ahead and fire. This one's going to operate the las cannon to fire at them. We're going to fire... We got 3 bolters that can fire at this guy. They can hurt it on 6s, technically. So the Wolf Lord Young Crom is going to hit because he's BS5. And the 2 buddies beside him are Grey Hunters. They're equipped with bolt guns, so they do get to fire 4 shots each. And they're going to hit on 3s themselves. And I have to do these one at a time. Well, I guess to see if I get any 6s, first of all. Nope, nothing. The bolters just bounce off the back armor. And then we're going to fire this las cannon on a 3. It does hit. And, ooh, 11. Sorry, that's going to be a 13 against the side armor. So that'll penetrate it. And, ooh, we destroyed it. So effectively, like, we crippled its legs. It can't move its arms anymore. It's a smoking wreck. It doesn't explode, though. But we dealt with one of the 5 cans. And before smoking them up, I'm just going to fire these 2 las cannons at the killa cans as well, and the sentinels. They hit on 4s. And it's strength 9, which is going to be a 10. Which will hurt his back armor, I guess. It's just a glance, though. And does nothing. Well, it does something. It's just grew shaken. So he's a smoking wreck, and he can't shoot his guns. But he can still fight in melee at -1 attack. Not so bad. Just goes to show we have options to deal with them. Oh man, I really want to fire this auto cannon over right there, but if I can't split fire, so all the other shots would be wasted. So this squad's just going to rain fire down upon the knobs. I do have a flamer right there, which is going to hit all 5 knobs, so I don't need to really look at that. Whoosh, got him. Should be forced to wound them. No, they're T5, aren't they? That's a single wound instead. Knobs are T4, so that's going to be 4 wounding hits on the knobs, but their heavy armor will work against my basic flamer, which is only AP5. So you got 4-up saves, 4 of them. And anything you fail, you have the doctor for a 4-up feel no pain. That is going to kill... Ooh. So 1 knob is wounded and dies. And then just 1 other wound. I assume you don't mind where it goes?
Nope, it's all good.
Put it on that guy. Got 2 shots from the autocannon on 4s. We roll a 3 and a 1. They're both going to miss. And then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that guy can't see. James brings up a good point. This guy could have been firing that heavy bolter that whole time, and it does have a pretty wide firing arc, so I'm going to fire the heavy bolter down at those knobs as well. I'll do that after the 9 shots, though, because I already got the 9 dice ready. Blah! We hit on 4s, and we wound on 5s. We actually land 3 wounding hits on the knobs. No AP, though, so you have your 4-up armor and then a 4-up doctor save afterwards. Well, heavy armor definitely didn't help there, but the pain boy is... Okay, well, we lose another knob and put a wound on another knob. And that'll be a morale check for him later as that comes up. And then the 3 heavy bolter shots on 4s. Uh-oh. These are 3s to wound. And that will go through their armor, but they do get doctor saves from the heavy bolter shots. Damn.
Nope.
Where's this doctor? So it's a wound on that knob as well. And then this quad gun is going to automate its fire into the Gretchen. It kind of has to. It has to shoot the nearest thing. Hits on 5s. Jeez, hit twice. And kills 2 Gretchen as they skulk out of the shadows. But they don't have to worry about morale. Moving on to this squad, I want to point out they have no shots they could do. The heavy weapon can't fire. And because they're rapid fire guns, they can only shoot at targets within 12. And nothing's within 12. They're just kind of moving about. We are going to have the mortars lob a couple shots on the top of the fortification here. To help deal with the storm boys, because I can't really see them with too much else. Mortar's going to land for that guy's head up there for ranging shots. So here is the initial scatter. It's going to go 5 because we don't have line of sight. So the mortar's actually just going to land down here, I think. Oh, God. That's going to land right down this crack and bounce there. So they shoot the mortar up, ricochets off that, comes down there, explodes. But luckily, they're too far away from that explosion. Now, I do have to resolve the second mortar, and it ranges off that stupid bounce shot. Okay, well, it's going to also shoot there, ricochet, and kind of flip and kind of explode on the side of the fortification. So it should just flip right around that area. I think the last thing to resolve, and again, I'm going to have the Storm Boys messing with the automation in the fortification, so I can't fire it. Let's go ahead and do the 3 heavy flamers into the giant mega knob squad. For this first guy, best we're getting is 3 hits. You do have to resolve flamers 1 at a time. So this is going to be... If their knobs are only a T4, that might be 2 wounds. Well, it'd be 2 wounds anyways, it's strength 5. How many ones can you roll, James?
Hopefully none.
Do you have a doctor with this squad?
No
No
doctor.
pain boy. But they're 2 wounds each, aren't they?
They are 2 wounds, yes.
All right, well, that's going to have to... Normally, you try to put the wounds on guys that are already wounded, but this one must go on a knob over here. Might as well put it on the front guy. Oh, you'd probably want to put it on a back guy, actually. That'd make more sense, because he was in range.
Sure.
The next one is going to fire his flamer over this way, and it's going to hit 4 of them, I think. Let me get over there and get a better shot. Come over here with the flamer. It's going to be 5 knobs hit. Now, that's going to be 5 hits. We do use the majority toughness of the unit. 4 wounds, all 2-up saves. Do it right here. Oh, no problem. And then the final Eve Flamer. Boom, it's going to be pretty much the same 5. He's going to be hitting like that grouping of 5. This guy who's wounded is too far away to hit for the flamer. Get him! All right, 5 more saves. Flamers are nasty, but so is 2-up armor saves. Huh! Do I get 1? No! They just, flames wash right off them. They don't care. That is going to be it for shooting. James does owe me a leadership check on the Knob squad here with the Doctor, as they got lit up by a guard squad, apparently. Leadership probably 7 or 8. Ooh, 11 is not it. I don't know if you have a boss pole or anything, or any way to mess with that.
They do have boss poles, yes.
All right, cool. I don't know what the boss pole does.
You give a wound, and then they can reroll.
All right. Let me see if he wounds himself or the Doctor, I guess. Yeah, it has to. The wound has to go, because he's got the boss pole. It has to go on anyone but the knob with the boss pole. So it goes on the Doctor. You get a feel no pain against it, technically. All right, you pass it. So he jabs the Doctor, and the Doctor then fixes himself up. Then again, it could be one of those you have to allocate the wound. It doesn't really matter. You get to reroll your leadership. And what's the leadership of a knob? It might be 8.
7.
All right, well, he's running. So putting the wound on him, it didn't really matter. You run 2d6 towards the nearest table edge. Oh, 4, that's not so bad. Them running makes sense. Their vehicle got destroyed by a missile. They had to bury them or dig themselves out of the wreckage, get up on their feet, and then get blasted by lasgun fire for a couple of turns. I would also run. In fact, I don't even think I'd be here. I wouldn't find myself here at all, unless the God Emperor himself told me I had to be here. Then who am I to question that summons? Let's go with fighting. As much as I don't want to, we got this fight. But now we fight at regular initiative. So I will get to strike before you do with my regular mans. The Lord Commissar is going to go, and obviously he's in base contact with the big green here, so he's going to allocate attacks into the big green. I'm going to assume the weapon skill of a war boss is 5.
It is.
I need 4s to hit him. We land 2 hits on the war boss, but his toughness, I'm pretty sure, is 5. So I need 6s to stick. Oh, I rolled a 5. Not quite. Just essentially stab him, but he just doesn't care. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 guardsmen able to attack, because these guys are on the higher level still. These are into regular boys. A couple of hits. 2 wounds, and it'll be t-shirt saves. 6s! Ooh, 2 lads are killed before they can fight back. And then you just get to resolve all your attacks. Boop. And boop.
Let's fix that guy, and I'll just take this one.
Yeah. And then you got effectively just one. We got a couple lads down here. I don't really have anyone nearby for them to attack, but just the 2 lads fighting and then the claw on the boss. That'll probably clear up the rest of them, though. Technically, all these guys are within 2 inches of him, so they can all attack as well. And he's in base contact with my Commissar, who's supposed to be just these tough, bigger bases and all. These 4 boys have to attack the Commissar. This boy is attacking the Guardsman. 4 is to hit the Commissar, and 4 is to then wound the Commissar. Okay. All right. There. The Commissar does have carapace armor. He's got a 4-up armor save. Okay, I rolled pretty well. He does have a refractor field. You don't get to take invulnerable saves after armor saves, guys. I've been playing a lot of fantasy. So the Commissar, plus I failed. The Commissar takes a wound. He has 2 wounds remaining. And then you have this boy with his 2 attacks. Are they 2 attacks base? 3 attacks with the boy into the lads. 3s to hit. And 4s to wound. All right, 2 flak armor. One of them is going to die. Oh, my Boxcaster. And we get to resolve both the power claws, so you can do whatever order you want. War boss is going to put his attacks into the Commissar. He's got 4 base. He does have a shooter, not that slugger there, so not the extra attack. 4s to hit with the same weapon skill. 2s to wound, but if I fail to save, I'm dead. And he is going to burn right through my carapace armor. I only have the refractor field. Makes 1, unfortunately. His 2 wounds left will be instantly removed by the strength 10. Commissar is thrown aside. No matter how brave he is, can't really go toe-to-toe with an Orc war boss. And then this knob is going to go for the Guardsman. He'll hit him on 3s and kill him on 2s. Oh yeah, that'll kill him. So he'll skewer that guy, rip him up, and then this guy just kind of runs in and dies as well. So we lost that combat pretty handedly. We're under half, so our leadership's modified by 1. We don't have the commissar for stubborn anymore. And you do outnumber us as well. Not double outnumber us, but just outnumber us enough. So that's going to be a -2 to our leadership. We're leadership 7 base without our sergeants. So we need a 5 or less. Oh, we are breaking and running this table edge. So we get to do a sweeping advance. You do get to use the highest initiative without the power claw. So I think he's like initiative 4. I'm initiative 3 on a man. That die there, not this one. So I rolled a 7 in total. So you have to roll at least a 7 as well to catch me before I run away. So you roll 1d6 and add your initiative 4 to it. Oh yeah, you rolled a 10. All right, so you, as they turn to run, they are kind of caught by the orcs and they are not allowed to run. So you have swept them clean and you have won this fortification. You can consolidate with your team if you'd like. You could have the war boss split off and go run havoc, and just these orc boys can just kind of have fun. So you get to roll a d6 to see how far you go. Boom, 2. Nice. So the war boss could jump off and they can go up here. There they are. And I should note specifically for 4th edition, it doesn't care about units being under half strength for scoring. You can have a single model and still score a fortification. Just because things die super frequently and it's very unlikely to have scoring units still alive for Planetstrike. And that's going to be it for my turn. The 3rd battle round is done. We're going to move on to the 4th out of 5 potential battle rounds. Though it's looking a little grim for the Imperium. There's no way I can win to get this fortification back. And this one is a lost cause as well. So we are bringing the fight to these 3 remaining fortifications. This weirdly went well for me. I thought I was going to lose this one as well, but I was able to scare off the knobs here. Now, if they rally and stick around, there's it could be bad for me. The killa cans obviously can help them out here too, but they're probably going to start wanting to help out on the middle one there. And I got to figure out how to get those storm boys off that top one. Speed up the game a little bit here in the movement phase. We're going to show you where all the orcs end up moving in the plan of attack. We just want to get right to the shooting and its assault phase. So just to move through cover, scaling the fortification, the mega knobs approaching the sentinels, our Rucka Truck Squig Buggy, who shoots explosive squigs past the immobilization check. Our war boss is going to separate from the unit. They're going to stay up there, controlling that objective. As we come to the end of the game, pieces have to kind of decide where they want to go. Didn't move the artillery. We do have to rally these guys. We wanted to show that on camera though. And I lied, they're actually -1 leadership because they're under half, so they would have failed even more technically. So they're looking for a 6 to rally here. 2? Yeah, 2 dice. A 9, no, they're gonna keep running. 2d6 towards the board edge. Probably gonna end up running off as long as you don't roll, 6s are gonna be off the board. As long as one model goes off, the whole unit leaves. So we dealt with the knobs. Okay, not so bad. We have these Gretchen looking to get ready to climb up here next turn. The Ludas are not going to move. And we're going to use the jump packs on the Storm Boys, who apparently have unreliable jump packs. They actually move further than 12 with their jump packs. They add a d6 to their movement. But if you roll a 1, one of the packs detonates and kills the Storm Boy. So they're going to move 12 plus... Oh. Well, they get to go 13, but a Storm Boy does die. Bam. That is... Yeah, technically I was looking at the rules. You only take morale for casualty loss from shooting in the shooting phase only. So normally I would have instinctively played that as a morale check, but not in this case. Would have mattered for my little junior officer over there when the plasma guns overheated and they killed themselves in the shooting phase. It's only when enemies fire at you. However, I thought it was funny and I was happy to have them run up the board anyways. So that's where they end up. And I'm pretty sure that's it for moving. We can go right to shooting.
Yep.
We forgot to move the cans, so they moved a little bit. That one's shaken. He can still move technically, but he's got that guy in the way, so it's smooth.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they're happy there, content. Then we can begin shooting. Where would you like to start? We got a rocket over there who could try to go for that guy, unless you just want the war boss to go beat him up.
He did move the full 12.
Oh, that's right. He went 12. He can't shoot nothing. We're going to go with the grot guns, the artillery pieces, training shots over at our armored sentinels here. You're going to be hitting side armor of 10 if you hit. Shots on 4s. Blamp. Oh, they missed. The target is too far away, obviously.
Too far.
We're going to bring it to the def guns, shooting at the back of the sentinels, armor 10 there. Single D3, they're going to be firing, 2 shots. Very good. 5s to hit. And, oh my god, no! Strength 7, so you need 3s to glance. That is going to be a single glance. Roll me a D6 on the glancing hit table. A 6 will destroy me. Oh, a 2 shakes me. So that guy cannot shoot his las cannon this turn. And then we have the custom Mega Blasta hitting on a 5. Oh, he hits again. 2 to glance. Same target. Ooh, that's a pen. We're on the pen table. And that's going to be... Oh, he's destroyed. Okay, so I don't have to worry about him being shaken, for he is simply destroyed. Got a couple sluggers from the Storm Boys into the mortar team. I guess they didn't appreciate getting shot at by mortars, so they're just going to go deal with them on their own. And 5s. 5s and 4. Oh, nope, nothing. Bang, bang. Warning
No shots there.
Killa cans are going to fire. We have... This guy can't fire because he's shaken, but we have rocket.
Just 2 rockets.
Rocket. Oh, this guy can fire too.
He can't see. There's a tank in the way.
Oh, he can see. I'm okay. I'm okay. I think it's okay because I could probably.
All right.
I could probably see you from him. I appreciate it though, because that's what I usually do myself. Big shooter first on force. They got Grotz firing it now, everyone. Before last edition, it was Orkz in there. And 3s to wound. That is going to be a wound. I have a 3 up power armor save. Let me just crush your Grot and pass our save. 2 rockets. Rockets. 4s. Whoosh, whoosh. Uh-oh. 2s to wound, and I only have cover. Oh,
That's
1 wounding hit. And does the fortification help me? Nope. That is going to slay... I guess I'm just going to say that guy could probably see you, and he's going to die. It's now time to fire the combi rocket from the war boss, and he hits on a 5. Whoosh! It shoots wide. That's a one-time. That's a one-time use, by the way, for combi weapons. Beautiful. We do have 5 sluggers that can shoot the back armor there. Hitting on 5s though, of course. Got it 2 hits and 6s to glance the back armor of a sentinel. Oh, you hit something critical. No! What's it gonna be? Oh, I was ready for you to destroy him. So that is past stunned. I think you got like a destroyed weapon. All right, well, you just broke the flamer. Blah, come on, strong magnet. That will finish off the shooting. We can go right to charging, and I assume it's going to be War Boss.
These guys are charging here.
And they're going there.
They're going to try to charge here, and they're going to charge here.
So they're going to charge down there. Now, the one thing is walkers cannot go up on levels. Walkers chill on the ground level.
Okay.
But they can still claim this objective by being in base-to-base contact with it. And as the attacker, you do trump me as the defender. So as long as they linger in this area, I have to deal with them, or else that'll be your fortification. I don't know. They're going to make it in. The only guy, there's no real reason to roll here. I guess just in case to see how far you go is, because if you want to go 6 all the way around, you would have to roll a move through cover. 2d6, take the highest. 2. That's all you need is the 1 to make it in. After moving the 2, this is the only guy not eligible to fight. Go ahead and roll it. A double 1 means he would fail on a move through cover charge, but he's got a 3, so you're good. You can go beat the crap out of that poor sentinel. Okay, moving on. Storm Boy? Oh,
We'll do the Storm Boys first.
you want to do the Storm Boy fight first?
Yeah, that one's more fun, so let's do this one first.
I assume they're 2 attacks base, 3 for Chop a Slugga, and then 4 for charging. Now, one's got a claw. He's going to have to go after the other guy, well, after my guardsman, but the other guy gets to go first. The one Storm Boy's got 4 attacks, Slugga Choppa hitting on 3s, your weapon skill higher than me, and you need, Furious Charge makes you strength 4, so 3s to wound me. And there you go. I got 5 up saves because Choppa is just a close combat weapon. Yep, Papa. I only take a wound. So you pretty much pull off that like one standing guy there, and then I guess I'll attack you back with my. I don't even know how many attacks I have. I'm just gonna imagine I have 3. I probably have 4, but I'm not gonna do anything with 4, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, I got a wound though. You have a T-shirt save on the one regular Storm Boy. Unless you want to put on the knob, you could, but
Nope.
The Storm Boy is dead. And then the 5 attacks with the Power Claw knob, instant killing the bases. 3s and 2s. And as long as you get 2 2s, the 2 will miss. As long as you get 2 2s, I'm dead because they're instant death. Bam, bam. Yep, that'll do it. If you'd be so kind as to remove those mortar teams. And you get to do a massacre move, a D6 consolidate.
This one too?
Yeah, he dies too. Only it's more of a technicality, but it does kill both of them. And then you have to roll the D6 to see how far you go. That's gonna be massacre. Good old Storm Boys. And then we come to the big fight. I'm just gonna go ahead and get my Sentinels quickly out of the way. I think they go first anyways because you're all Power Claws everywhere, right?
Power Claws across the board.
So I'm just gonna do, that Sentinel's gonna step on the War Boss. These 2 Sentinels are gonna attack the Knob Squad there. So the 2 Sentinels first. 1 hit, that's a wound. I don't have any AP, so we have a 2 up save. 2, very good. And then the attack into the knob, the War Boss hits him, and it wounds him. I don't know what kind of save he has. 4-up armor save on him. He's got heavy armor or cyborg, but one of the two. He's good. And then it's crumping time, so you might as well go ahead and do him. I think he's got 6 attacks on the charge. I keep forgetting he doesn't have the slug. He's got 5 attacks on the charge. Still, more than enough. Hitting me on 3s because I have a bad weapon skill. And yeah, he can only really mess up that one, I guess, but that's going to be, so pen, because, oh, actually, you fight my front armor of 12, so those do nothing, but these are 3 pens. So go ahead and see what they do, and that is destroyed and nothing important, but he's effectively dead. So that war boss rips his legs off, and then you can go ahead and fight with all these guys. So it's pretty much going to be, and they'll fight at the same time, actually, so yeah. I'm going to do these 3 knobs attacking that sentinel there, hitting him on 3s. Good start, and you're going to need 2s to glance his front armor. Oh, yep, that's a lot of glance. Well, don't worry about that glances. Do all the 3-ups for pens, and then we'll do the glances afterwards if they matter. You're really looking for, you don't want to roll 6s here. You want 5 and lower. All right, so you got 2 explosions, and then all at the same time we have this war boss, that guy, and all of these fighting that sentinel there. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, pretty much all of them fighting there. Yep, this is quite a bit more attacks. 3s to hit, and again, 2s to glance. And glancing on 2s. We only really care about the 3-ups though, because any single 1-6 will just explode that guy as well. They're just reaching inside of the armored sentinel, grabbing onto whatever they can. You didn't get a single explosion there. That's good for you. So these just destroy the vehicle. And now I have to resolve the explosion for that one because you grabbed the fuel, crunch it, and caused it to explode. So the debris is going to go flying 2 inches, which is only going to hit 4 of the knobs, and they're wounded on 4s, and 3 of them take 2-up saves. Oh, ooh, that will slay this knob because he's wounded and in range of the attack. So, you know what? I like to imagine that knob is the one who caused the explosion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's perfect. And there we have the end result. They get a little massacre move. Pretty sure against walkers you get the massacre move. Doesn't really matter. We'll allow it anyways. And they just move that way. We've got a couple smoking sentinels, and this half of the board is all James's now. Every single thing over there, it's Orkland.
Orkland.
We kind of have some modicum of control over here, but I will lose the game unless I could deal with these killa cans, because that'll be the 3rd fortification under your control. For movement, we're going to go with these sentinels here. Ooh, I only have the 1 sentinel left. That's right. I got to get him over here to get his back armor protected against these death guns. So he doesn't have to do a move through cover. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to end about there. We're going to keep the company commander and the guard squad there. The Space Wolves are going to stay still. These guys might need to move. Problem is, if I move the squad, it does affect the autocannon. I think in later editions, around 6th or 7th, they allowed you to move elements of the unit and not affect the autocannon, but I'll respect the rule for this edition. But we'll simply face the autocannon that direction, and the heavy bolter could help us out as well, because it could at least glance the front armor of them. We have to start with the orders. We are going to call out a bring it down on his own unit. He is going to pass with leadership 9. He's the company commander. Go ahead and fire the plasma pistol and the plasma gun. Start with the plasma gun. Whoosh. It's twin linked. We hit on 3s. Don't roll a 1. Okay, same thing as last time. And the officer's plasma pistol is going to hit. So the pistol first, because it's fun, into that nearest guy. We roll a 4, which is an 11, which is a glance. So on the glancing hit table, a 5. I think we immobilized him. Kind of dealt with him, and then we had the plasma gun to resolve. It would go into the back armor of that guy as he's the next one. Nothing, only an 8. So we're going to fire the las cannon, same idea. 4 to hit. Oh, we missed. Oh, no. Oh, I got to do his other order. My bad, guys. We're going to have him order this squad to bring it down as well. And they pass on the leadership 7, so they get to re-roll their shots. We're going to have the heavy bolter go first, I guess. Now, granted... Oh, you know what? I was cheating. I think... I'm going to look at some rules. I was doing the shooting at squadrons a little wrong. Luckily, I don't think it mattered too much. It's like I roll for the squad, so I'll do the heavy bolter firing at them. And I'd roll the hit. I have 2 hits, and I get to re-roll for bring it down. And then I have 2 hits, so that means a hit goes on him, and then a hit goes on him. You just start with the nearest and work your way through. You can never put another hit on another model until all the other models are hit. So when I was shooting the plasma guns earlier, I luckily didn't actually affect more than one model, I believe, so it worked out inadvertently. So the shot against him first will be strength 5. That is only a 10, unfortunately, so he's okay. And the back armor of him, I need a 5 to glance him. Nothing. And then we're going to move on to the auto cannon firing, couple shots twin link for bring it down. Same idea, one hit on him, one hit on him, or him, one of the two. We'll figure it out. Strength 7 though, so a 4 to glance. Ooh, it goes right through, it penetrates his armor, and it's going to destroy him. So he is no longer immobilized, he is simply destroyed. And then the second shot will go for, it's probably going to be him.
I did just check, and there are only squads of 3, so this is technically actually 2 squads of
okay.
kilograms, and I hadn't realized
that shouldn't matter too much.
Didn't change too much. I'm just essentially moving them together, but
yeah, we'll keep playing them as one big squad of 5, okay. I guess, because we've been playing it that way. But that's okay. I looked at that over there. Yeah, squads of 3. I'm like, it's a squad of 5 kilocans, but I didn't even consider that. But that's okay because it's James's first game, so it is excusable.
Sorry, everybody.
I'm just gonna go check the range on these because we got him destroyed. Yeah, this is the one who's closer, so he'll take the. He's getting penetrated as well. A 2. That is. It's going to be armament destroyed and crew stunned. So 4 up, I destroy the rocket. 1, 2, 3, I destroy his dreadnought close combat weapon. I destroy his dreadnought close combat weapon. He still has a rocket though. Well, okay, this is starting to work out a little bit. There's only 3 cans to deal with, and this one's stunned. So there's hope. I think the only other thing, that's my orders done. I am going to fire the Space Wolf squad. I assume he's 11, 11, 10 on the kilocan, so only the back armor is 10. So that's going to be las cannon firing. It's going to have to hit that guy first if it hits. Oh, he does miss. The automated autocannon turrets, this guy's going to take a couple shots, so we'll have to hit that guy first. It is twin linked. Only hits on 5s though. Oh, there we go. So we got a hit, and then he's probably the next closest, so we'll start with that guy there. Armor 11, that's a 10. That's not going to do anything. And then against the other guy, we're hitting a side armor. That's a pen. And that's going to be... he's destroyed also. So we're only left with 2 cans.
Nice.
All right, it's starting to get super hot in there. There's like a lot of superheated metal. And then I have this automated autocan that has to shoot them. These automated weapons, man. Yeah, kills 2 more Gretchen. For my no morale check, there was 9 of them and they lost 2. So they're good. Next up, we're going to come up to the Bastion. We are going to fire... This heavy bolter is going to go for the Grots. This heavy bolter is going to go for them. This heavy bolter is going to go for that guy. Now, the quad gun doesn't really have any line of sight to anything. More for like flyers and stuff like that. So the heavy bolter is into that guy. Okay, we're rolling really well on BS2. He takes a single wound, and I think is dead because his AP... Oh, he's a knob. He's got 2 wounds. He'll be fine. This heavy bolter there will have a hit. This, if it does kill a guy, which it does, it will kill 1 Gretchen. Bang, bang, bang. Actually, you get a 5-0 cover save, because this thing's in the way. Why not? Looks like he'd be intervening in the shots. Okay, never mind. The Gretchen's dead. And then the heavy bolter over into the Ludas, they all miss. Honestly, I think the Storm Boy knob is a lot more dangerous, so we're going to have this infantry squad try to deal with him. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13 shots with lasguns, and then I'll fire a crack missile at him afterwards for good measure. Crack missile first. Why not? Okay, it misses. Then all the lasgun fire. 4s and 5s. There's technically 2 more here at the roll because I didn't have enough dice. And there we go. 5s. Okay, very good. 4 wounding hits. Picks up saves on our Storm Boy. Nope. He got lasgun to death.
Nope. Nope. Nope, he's dead.
Corpse takes 3 more wounds.
He's very dead.
Boom, boom, boom. I believe, goodbye, my friend. Believe that is going to be it for my shooting. Getting that extra wound on the Grots will force a morale check for them at the end of my shooting phase. Unhurt is leadership 7. Oh, good. He holds. No problems. This turn went exceptionally well for me here. All my automated weapons and the bring it downs really helped take out the kilocans there. So we're only really left with 1 kilocan and 1 stunned kilocan. But as long as one of those kilocans is touching that by the end of the game, it's game over for me. So it's still a threat if I just keep bouncing shots off them for the future. Have no charging to do, so that is going to end my turn. We're going to go into battle round 5. At the end of battle round 5, we roll a die. On a 1 or a 2, the Planetstrike scenario ends, and we determine who the winner is. Otherwise, we play a 6th turn. But the longer the game goes on, the quicker these guys get to the fortification. So I got to be very careful, because James still has the capability of calling a Waaagh, and that gives fleet of foot to like all non-vehicle things, I assume.
And not grots.
And not grots. And not grots. Which allows them to run instead of shoot in the shooting phase and still declare charges. The grots are climbing. They're scaling the building. That's a threat. These guys, by the way, are my shaved knuckle in the pocket. They are doing everything for me. I thought I was going to lose both my front fortifications immediately. These guys have done... If I win... It's because of them.
Yes, I think so.
These guys are the ones who become veterans as time goes on. Our little buggy is going to move up and get some rocket shots lined up. And then we're going to move the war boss here.
Oh, wrong dice.
You could probably just skirt it if you don't want to do a move through cover roll. Just go 6 that direction. Don't want to risk it. Yeah. Oosh. And then we moved everything else. These guys rolled a 5 on their move through cover, getting closer to the fortification. Oh, the boys rolled a 6, climbing up. We did move the artillery over to this position, and this one Killican that could move just moved 6 up and around that way. So yeah, he was good on that. And we're good to go right to shooting as the we're going to keep the Ludas still. They're just going to fire at that infantry squad, maybe force a morale check. Oh, 2 shots between the 2 of them. 5s to hit. Ooh, got a hit. 2 to wound. Ooh, and I'm not majority in cover. This is going to pop a guy. And then go ahead and roll the custom Mega Blasta as well. 5 to hit, don't roll a 1. Hey, gets hot. He's got an armor save. 6 up. He's dead. Unless he's got a better one, but...
No, I don't think so.
I think he does die, sadly. And we're going to go ahead and lose this guy to a def gun. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and declare the Waaagh in the shooting phase with... it doesn't really matter. You got a couple war bosses anyways. It does everything fleet of foot if they don't want to shoot. Technically, you do it before shooting, but we only really shot those guys and they weren't going to Waaagh. Would you like to Waaagh for the people?
Sure. I'll give the people a Waaagh.
Waaagh. I always give a nice little Waaagh.
No, I'm gonna try. Okay. I think it's time to Waaagh!
Waaagh! Turn 5. Turn 5 Waaagh.
Finally! It's finally time.
So these guys, if the game ends, they roll like a 5 or a 6. I think we pre-measure, might be a 6.
It's got to be a 6. They got a 6 to be
boom
there.
But they can also declare a charge as long as they could draw a line of sight to these guys up there. So some guy, as long as like a dude like runs that way and draws line of sight, the rest of the unit can declare a charge up there. So let's see the fleet of foot on them. Don't roll a 1. Don't let all this build up. Oh, a 6! No! So we know that that's super safe for this guy just to go right there. We already measured that. So if the game ends, I lose. But you can also declare a charge now because you have line of sight to them up there with that guy. Might as well add D6 to him as well, see where he ends up going. Sorry, a little blurry there, guys. 4.
Floor.
4 ain't so bad.
You're gonna come up behind the other war boss.
The bigger war boss. Though that guy's the general, I think.
This guy technically is my general, even though this guy's bigger, yes.
I'm gonna do the big shooter from the Killican into this squad of guardsmen. Soon to be veterans. Nothing bad can happen to them, I hope. It's gonna be 4s to hit.
They're 2 days from retirement.
Got a hit. And 2s to wound. I think, yeah, 2s to definitely wound. A majority of them are in cover, so they'll get a cover save. 4 up. Yeah! I rolled a 1 though. That's gonna have to be, I guess that guardsman. Ugh, I like him. This guy is stunned, so he can't be part of the shooting. We do have 2 grot guns if you want to go for the Sentinel or the Wolves. It's up to you. All right, we're gonna focus their shots on the Sentinel here. A couple of zap guns hitting on 4s. Come on, boys, you can do it. Do something cool. You're a really cool gun. Don't keep whiffing. 4s.
I don't learn my lessons, but here we go.
Oh my God!
They missed again.
Why? That leads us to the other grots. We've got 3 grot blasters that could kill these 2 guards when they have line of sight to. One's a Voxcaster and one's a Sergeant. No, they're both important. And 4s. All right, 1 hit. Wounding on a 4, I suppose. The grot blaster does not wound the veteran or the sergeant. And then just kind of brain fart here. It would be difficult to charge them because you have to climb 2 up and go 4 over. The furthest you could go is up here, not base contact. Luckily, you're still touching the fortification, so if the game ends, it is going to be your win. I assume there's no other... This guy could try to charge over here if you want to. to get up on him and make him run away. That'd be a fail charge as well, because he'd have to go up and around the weapon. Even like straight, it's not quite 6. So that should...
You know who is in range to charge, though?
Wait. No! They totally are! Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. All right. Well, there's no Overwatch. I assume you're going to go for the charge?
Yeah.
Bam! Grot time! So that guy can go there. This guy would go fight over here. And then... it is a move through cover. So you do have to do a 2d6, take the highest, because they do have to climb up. Okay, so those guys still make it on the 4. They just climb up here.
I think it would.
As they climb up, this guy's going to be within 2 of him. And this guy was going to be within 2 of him as well. Only the orc is kind of lingering behind. There's still lots of grots fighting. Do the grots have stick bombs or anything like that? No stick bombs on them. I get to fight a glorious initiative 10. I have 5 guardsmen fighting. One of them is a sergeant with a close-to chainsword, though, so... it's going to be 4 dudes normal fights, and then the sergeant actually has 3, because he's got 2 base. What's the weapon skill of a grot? God, I don't think it matters too much.
2.
Aha! I hit you 3 times, and I wound you on force. I wound a grot! Oh, grots have no armor. All right, cool. So you get to fight back with 3, 1, 2, 3... Ooh, you probably want to pull... do you want to pull that guy? Because that one will lose you less attacks. So you still get to fight with these 3 grots. They do get 6 attacks, though, between the 3 of them. 4s? Uh-oh. And 4s. I assume they're strength 3. Might be strength 2. It only matters if you roll 4. All right, cool. 2 wounds. I have flak armor. Come on. No. I lost the guy. I guess we'll lose that guy, because I like the Voxcaster where she is. That there, everyone, is a draw. We both killed 1 grot each, so we just kind of pile into one another. You'll pile in first, and then I guess you're going to pull my heavy weapon. Can't do much more than that, but this guy can climb up there. All right, there we go. So everyone's going to be eligible to fight later. I just didn't bother getting the heavy weapon up there. There's no room for it. However, this is also bad for me, because if the game ends, I quadruple lose, because now you have both of these fortifications. So I need to secure this one and somehow, in some way, get you off of this one. I guess my Wolflord's going to have to go in and get killed by a war boss. In my movement phase, I should note that I have to get in contact with this to secure it for winning the game. Which I'm not. I guess if the game ends, I should do that. I want them to fire over here. So we're going to declare a move through cover on them. We're going to give up the shooting on the missile launcher. Just have a few dudes go hang out in here in this crater and get a cover save. Just have a bunch of guys go lean up against it, put some pressure on the Ludas. And we'll just keep the missile launcher there, because that works. Gonna keep the company commander where he is. We are gonna have him potentially deal with this. We have the autocannon there, same idea. Though actually that can't fire, now that I think about it. And then, the Sentinel, that's right. Ooh, he's just gonna stay there and deal with the cans, I guess. There's still 2 of them I have to deal with. And the only thing I could do here, unfortunately, is send the Wolflord in to try and to defend the fortifications. We have to do a move through cover on him. We get a 4. Just going from fortification to fortification. And that's, I guess, it for my movement. We're going to go to shooting. We have to do the orders first. He is going to order that unit of guardsmen to do first rank fire, second rank fire. Oh, no, that's right. They can't fire their guns because they're not within 12. I'll do it anyways and then measure, I suppose. They would fail, but they have a Voxcaster to reroll, and they pass. All right, so we got just 2 models firing, the Voxcaster and the Sergeant. Now, with first rank fire, second rank fire, the single shot from the lasgun does become 2, and we get to shoot a single las pistol in there on top of that. Oh, nice. They all hit. And one wounds. You will have a 4-up cover save. And, we got one of them. That'll be a leadership check, I guess. It's pretty much the only thing I'm firing at them, so you might as well roll up their leadership now, see if they want to stick around. They are going to be at -1, and I think they fail.
I think a 7's a fail, yeah.
That will fail, being under half, so they're going to roll 2d6 and flee towards the nearest board edge. And 7. Oh yeah, he's going to go hop down and jump off, and we have dealt with the Ludas, but the Ludas have also dealt with us. This Sentinel here is going to take a shot with the las cannon. He's going to miss. These guys can't fire. Nothing to fire with the automation. Not Bob. There's no point in really firing at them over there. I guess I'll do that 1 heavy bolt into the Mega Knob squad. Got a hit. No wound. Yeah, strength 5. I need 3s. I feel like this guy's getting kind of messed up by these, so I'm not going to fire that right now. I will say that he's being held by the killa cannon, not able to fire. That one there, I'm gonna have to fire it automated because if I fire it over here, I can't charge. So it hits on, it would have, well, I guess the Wolf Lord would have hit, but I want to be able to charge. I need to be able to charge. I think that's it. So we're good to go ahead and try and declare a charge with the Wolf Lord and his 2 remaining Grey Hunters. Oh, they failed. They rolled double 1 on move through cover. What can I do about that? I tried. So what I needed to make this work was I need to go down there, charge in, somehow have James whiff monstrously. I win the combat, and then James rolls like a boxcar leadership check, and I'm pretty sure you have a boss bull in there. So I need you to then fail a leadership check again to run away. So I had like a near 0 chance of that working, but there was a chance still.
There's still not 0.
Not 0, exactly. So that's, I guess, the end of that. So we have to do this fight over here. I don't really know what the initiative of your stuff is. You rolled initiative too, so I get to go first. I think all of my guys should be able to fight here. And they're all going to be hitting grots, so easy to do. Got 5 guys attacking, but one of them is a sergeant with an extra attack and a chainsword. And your weapon skill 2? Actually doesn't matter. I didn't roll a single 3. Hoo-yah! 1 wound. And I believe I just kill a
Grot's got no save, so.
So you could probably, you're safe to kill that guy. Bam, and everyone else gets to fight back. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with the run hurt. He does have a slugga and a grabba, so he has the extra attack. He does hit on 3s. His weapon skill is better than mine. And 4s to wound. He's only strength 3. Uh-oh. I have 5 up armor. Oh no, he just smokes 2 guardsmen. This guy, they're all eligible to die. This guy was within 2 of that as well, so he should be able to die. I don't want to lose the sergeant. And it's gonna be 3 Gretchen able to attack as well. They're gonna be hitting on 4s. And we're gonna wound on 4s. Oh yeah, that'll do it. 5 up. Oh, they survived. However, I did lose the combat by 1. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at half. Have to be below, that works out. Okay, so we are simply just rolling leadership at no negative because we're not outnumbered either. We're gonna roll an 11 though, and our veterans are gonna break and flee. I have a regimental standard. Let me see what that does. The standard adds +1 to combat for its own unit and has a 12-inch aura of re-rolling morale checks. So we get to re-roll, and the standard helps us pass. The sergeant is 7, and we have no negatives on us. We just kind of stay here essentially, and nothing too crazy goes on. They don't really have any room to fit, so we'll keep it going up there. And that's kind of it. That is the end of Battle Round 5. The game has a chance to end right now, and if it does, James is in control of 4 out of the 5 objective fortifications, which means we would lose horribly. Do you want to do the honors, or do you want me to do the honors?
Go for it.
Hey-ya. All right, okay, the game ends. That's it. I was gonna probably just end the game anyways because we've already been playing for many hours and you guys have been watching for many hours.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an Orc victory at this point. That Waaagh was clutch. Very good use of it. Good patience on holding on to it until the very end.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's hard to hold it, and sometimes all right, turn 1, Waaagh, go. Just to get up and get in there, right? I thought that these guys were going to be, and you know what? I'm not going to take away from all they have achieved, but they did losing to grots. They handled knobs,
I think,
no problem. Killicans, no problem. Grots, problems.
One more turn, you would have gotten the grots out of the way. They're just a little wily, that's all.
They're just a little wily, that's all. Well, that is going to be the end of this Planetstrike game. Now, for our Vault members, we always do a post-game for the game, and we're going to be talking about 4th edition in general from James's perspective, who has only played 9th edition. And this is his first 4th edition game. Got interested in the game around 8th, but didn't really start playing till 4th? Or 9th?
First game was in 9th. I've done a little bit of 10th. That was it, yeah.
All right, well, that is going to be it for this one. I would definitely like to do a lot more Planetstrike in the future. This one was also a larger game. You had 2,200 points. I had 2,000 points, but I also had a few extra free elements. James's extra 200 points, again, was from the Battlefleet Gothic game. If you guys haven't checked that one out, it was also crazy long, but very enjoyable. So if you guys like Battlefleet Gothic, watching these two in conjunction should be a nice little treat if you have a lot of free time in one day. Mm-hmm. As always, thank you for tuning in, everyone. There will be much more content to come, and happy wargaming.
Happy wargaming.